welcome back to the Ball SAC podcast, episode 64, 59, 2317.
What the did you
This
just
is the
say?
first episode.
This is the first episode.
I thought this was the third. Wait, who are you guys?
Fuck, why are there colored people in my
Wait, everyone check their wallet quickly. Hang on, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
You got two black people here. You might want to check your wallet.
I mean, you have one technically,
That's true.
right?
We're one white dude and one black dude together,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
We are the
We are.
Personally,
We are.
we're the one.
I don't know. I don't like it at all.
Why?
No.
Why don't you like it?
Too much.
You
color.
decide to be our
Too
friend.
much. color.
Exactly.
We are
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Jeez.
Christ.
Anyways,
Well,
we
we're
got.
back for another week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New podcast setup. We should acknowledge it. We worked really hard on this. Not really. We didn't work that
It
hard
took
on
us
it.
like 5 minutes. to set
Took
this
us like
shit
5
up.
minutes. We're just
basically.
trying out new shit though.
We got the backdrop going on. We got anime.
Anime playing in the back. You know, for all
We
y'all.
apologize if there's like etchy things going on.
I don't
No, I
apologize.
think it's all
Fuck
fight
that shit.
scenes.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all fight scenes. Like right now, it's like the
And then-
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
when high school DxD shows up.
Bro, that'd be fire.
That would be.
High school prison would be fire.
Whoa, hold up. Whoa.
Prison school,
Yo.
bro.
Wait. Hold
Okay.
on. I'd let them step on me.
I would too.
Easy.
All day.
Easily.
So, how are y'all's weeks?
Not bad. Schooling stuff is more complicated than I thought.
Yo, your schooling shit's
I know. I think
fucked.
Candace just was looking at some other schools, and I think she found one and sent them an email saying it was me. So then I just got an email back saying, "Hey, thank you. We got your email. We'll have someone." I think it was Angara.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah,
Langara.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Apparently, she sent me a link for BCIT and Langara, but then she only sent the one to Langara, and the BCIT one, I think, you have to go in house to do. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so schooling is hard to deal with.
Yes, it is. They don't make it easy.
Oh man.
No,
They make it so.
you want to get further in life? Give us your soul.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
And your money.
Yeah.
It's
And your
like.
first unborn child.
Well, I think
inflated
the
amount of
reason they
money.
do it, they make it really confusing and they make the whole application process like really hard. Just so when you get to the paywall screen and it says like $40,000, you're like, I already went through 3 hours, 4 days,
This
2
point-
weeks
At
to
this
fucking.
point, you're invested.
You're invested. You spent 2 weeks trying to get here. You're like 40 grand. It's been 2 weeks. I don't want to do this over
Yeah,
again.
and they're just sitting behind that paywall, like, wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
And then you get to the breaking point and they're like, there it
Yep,
is.
there it is.
There it is.
Mhm.
Ah, we got him, stupid.
Like, hey, don't worry, come on in. And then they're like, it
How does it feel to go back to school
feels weird.
at this point in your life?
I mean, I turned 30 this year, so the fact that I'm now pursuing something that I want to do is like, it's weird to know that like I could potentially be going back to school, but at the same time, it is for something I do want to do. So like, I'm prepared to kind of like go through it again. And it won't be like high school and all that jazz, but like it's almost a trip to just be like, to say like, I'm going to school again.
yeah.
Right after graduating in 2011. Yeah. And
Well,
now
did you go
we're
to trade school?
huh?
Did you go to HVAC school?
No.
Wait, no. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it
But I think back in the day, like you don't really need to go to trade school.
That-
You didn't.
yeah.
You didn't.
You could just go into the field and
Yeah.
get your certification that way.
Yeah, you could.
without
Yeah.
having to go. But now you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So they know you're trained right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
And
makes sense. It makes sense that you.
they're
have
making
to
it
do that.
even harder now. Like this year, they're making it so I think it's 6 or 8 different trades in VC. You actually have to go to schooling for your first year. You can't just start out in the trade.
Mhm.
So to actually be like there will be no more level 1 apprentices.
Wow.
It'll be just your foundation course, which you have to take.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
That's
So
kind
it's
of wild.
all going to be foundation courses now. You won't be able to go through. But I also think it makes the qualifications like a little bit higher. So I'm pretty sure because all these people who now are going to be not able to work,
and
like
not have experience.
and not without having
Why
experience.
does it? This sounds familiar, right?
What?
with all these people going back in the day, going to school for like business and stuff, and then trying to get a job. Like, what's your experience? They have done, so we're not going to hire you.
Yeah.
This is basically what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's almost going to be like
they're
that.
going to make you go to school, and a company's going to look. She's like, "Where's your experience?"
Well, that was
What
my
did you
thing
do?
with photography. Is I was looking at places in Vancouver to apply to be like a photographer or even like a video stuff like for socials and all that does. And everywhere I looked, it was like minimum 1 year required of schooling. So I was like, I'm almost forced to go to school.
Yeah.
Right. Not that it's like a huge thing, because it could be beneficial, but it's like you just said, it's like now it's like if you don't have XYZ, don't even bother coming to our doorstep.
Yeah.
But what's nice about that with the trades is it's gonna like within the next few years, like the prices of all those trades, like it includes like plumbers, electricians, and a few other trades. The cost of those are gonna go up
For sure.
right? So like now you're not gonna have as many, you're not gonna have any basically laborers, so you're gonna have to hire out the gate. So people are gonna be looking for more money, and there's gonna be less applicants, as well as because like trades students are already declining. The fact that now you're not going to have any like basically labor work, which is level 1.
Well, yeah, that's crazy. I like the whole point of it was to make it easier for them to go back and like get people back into trades, because that's what our infrastructure needs.
Yeah.
And now they're making it harder for you to do that. Like, and not just besides the fact, like, let's say somebody thought about going into this,
Yeah.
like you would go apply to see if this is a thing that you want to do,
It's true.
and then go to school for it. Now it's just like, I'm going to be forced to go into this and then go do the work. And if I don't like it, I just waste my time and money doing this shit now.
It's true. But to be fair, especially with electrical and plumbing, I think it's pretty necessary, because residential, look at how bad Surrey is in terms of the trade. Like a house built in Surrey in like the early 2000s, dude, it's hot garbage.
For sure. But
Right?
I think at that point though, like
So is
having
your
somebody
attitude.
brand new come into it, they shouldn't just be working on shit. Like the journeyman or like Red Seal guy, whoever's training your ass, should be like, okay, come watch. I'm going to tell you what to do while I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And then go through it.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is basically but that's what the foundations course is.
Is it though?
Yeah, that's what it is, because I took the foundation course. So the
Okay.
pre-apprenticeship, basically,
But it's still not actual experience though. Compared to when you have a
it's-
scenario in a classroom compared to like what you have in the real world.
well, you get
it's
to
completely
work
different.
It's work in the classroom. So there is like stud spaces that you're actually having to drill through.
Right.
You're learning how to run wire properly, how all the code works as well. Like it does help you understand how it works at a bare level. So
Right.
you're not getting in at like zero experience, being like, okay, I need you to run this wire here. And you just being thrown to the wolves, and then you run the wire. It's ran first off poorly. The all the codes broken. Now you have all these issues, but because you have a 60-story high rise,
Right.
the inspector's not going to check every little fucking nook and cranny, right? And then you have one unit that's wired badly, that kind of thing. Like it gets bad. So it's not.
I do. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I do agree though that like a classroom situation versus in the field, you learn
nowhere the same.
You learn way more in the field.
Way more.
Yeah.
It's
I think that's
80%
what you were saying.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah,
'Cause
okay.
You'll come across shit in the real world that you won't come across in a class.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think this is the only reason that they're doing this is just to give you a bare bones level. So when you go in, you aren't doing stupid things.
It's basically like the tutorial.
Yeah, it's a tutorial. Basically, that's what it is.
That's
It's a
basically
tutorial.
how
You
it
don't
is.
learn jack shit. I will be completely honest. You learn nothing in school. The only thing you really learn is some of the code rules and why things are done
Right.
the way they are, and then you learn the fundamentals of different things, especially in electrical. You learn the like what's going on with the theory side of it. So it doesn't really teach you that much in terms of field knowledge, but it's just supposed to be an entrance into the field. So then when you start working, let's say your first job out of foundations, you aren't going into the field, and messing up everything.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It does teach you a little bit. I will give them a little bit of credit there. I do think there's pros and cons to both, right? Like there's pros on both sides and cons on both sides. Because definitely learning in the field, you can debate whether or not you actually want to do it. Now you have a you have to go to school beforehand. So now you have to apply. You have to really want to do this stuff. You have to go in with that mindset. But like, that's what I did.
Right.
That's exactly what I did. Like I had my mind on it. I was like, electrical seems pretty cool. I'm always really interested in it. So you know what? Let me just do it. And it was tough. Yeah. 6 months of your life where you're not getting any income or little to none because you're working a part-time job.
Yeah.
It's really tough. But at the end of the day, if you really want to do this, you gotta give up a little bit of time.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Right. You gotta give up a little bit of time.
Yeah. Right. And that's my whole mindset is like suffer now and eventually do the thing I want forever. Make the income. Like the hard part is now. Or like you aren't getting solid income on that jazz. This is the hard part.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, right?
Exactly. But yeah.
Then that just basically working on my craft,
Nice.
hanging out with family, helping around when I can.
What kind of craft dinner are you making?
Huh?
Craft dinner you making?
Cheddar cheese, ketchup.
Cheddar cheese.
I'm just kidding. Anyone that puts ketchup in craft dinner is a sociopath.
Absolute nutcase.
Straight social.
How could you do that?
That's so much acid.
Straight
Oh my
sociopath.
God.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. But yeah, Sheldon. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just about to say that, like, I've been.
Yo, enough about you, okay? Share.
Yeah, share the fucking. This is a 3-man podcast. God, can you just like actually be a little bit considerate of us?
Shut the fuck up.
Do you just? Oh, look at me.
Yo,
I run this podcast.
Wow, that was assault. I have proof with my phone.
Shut up. I don't care. Shut up. Shut up. Don't fuck with me, bro.
Has it been 8 minutes?
Oh, no, I haven't. You're going in and fucking bleeping the shit.
Just start cursing. I was gonna say,
Yo, we totally forgot about the 8-minute thing, didn't we?
Oh, 100%.
I did. I tried.
There is 8 minutes. If anybody who is listening does not know, in the first 8 minutes of
You're not allowed
YouTube
to
content,
swear.
you're not allowed to
What kind
swear.
of bullshit is that, though? It doesn't even make
This is more work for me.
I love this. I love it. We can make him work harder. We can make him work harder.
Oh shit! No, but it's like, what difference does it make?
I don't know.
What difference does
God, I
8
have
minutes
no
make
idea.
compared to the rest of the fucking thing?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Sorry, I did it again. I goddamn did it again. This is gonna be the toughest shit, I think. Honest to God.
Yeah, this is why we have you.
Is it just fuck or is it like every swear word?
It's most swear
Oh,
words.
dude, it's anything that's profanity. I'm pretty sure.
This is why we are now a Christian channel. Starting right now, if you sign up to be a subscriber, we will be telling you about the words of Jesus Christ and his messages. And
Lucifer, hello. I thought we were inclusive here.
no, we're a Christian podcast now.
Yo, I quit.
This is not the Ball SAC podcast.
Sheldon just walked off
We
set.
are now the Christian Love and Life podcast.
Like-
Rebrand.
The only
What about my Hindu football team of gods that I fucking worship?
I'm sorry, but
I've
they are
got
not
like
real.
32 gods that need to be represented.
They are not real, okay? Jesus is the one savior. He's coming back.
I'm sorry.
Have you seen the people on the side of the road?
I'm sorry. He's in a
with
book,
the
right?
signs?
He's in a book, right?
We're saying Jesus
He's
is
in a
coming
book,
back.
right? He's in a book, right? He's in a book, right?
No, he's in heaven.
He's in a book, right?
No, he's in
They mention
heaven
him in
with
a book,
God.
though, right?
No.
They mention him in a book, though, right?
Nope.
That means he's a character.
wait.
I quit. I hate you both.
What if
Jesus is the only person I love.
what if one big life?
Yo,
is a
your
book?
dad is gonna disown your ass. He'll be like,
What if one big life is a book and we're all characters?
Yo, that's a shitty book, bro. It's a shit fucking
It's
book.
called life.
Yo, God.
The author's God.
God.
How's your week?
My week?
Yeah.
It's some kind of shit.
All right, how's your week, Sheldon?
Fuck me. My
got
car
crabs,
is
bro?
still gone. Huh?
You got crabs?
No, I'm just playing with my phone.
Why you
Sorry, I'm
looking?
playing with my phone.
I'm looking everywhere, bro.
Yeah, he's just looking at my crotch. He's just
I mean, when you're going like this,
yeah,
you know, you get
sorry.
caught,
I was
it
like
looks like
sliding
you're playing with
it
yourself.
in and out of my like thigh right here. I don't know why. It just started happening, and I just kept playing with it. I started fidgeting. I'm sorry. Okay?
Committed.
yes,
I'm committed.
Yeah.
I'm committed to scratching my
nuts.
ass and nuts with my phone.
With Gojo. Gojo's all up in there.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. But yeah, my week's been kind of all over the place. Haven't really had a car off, but
This car's still out of commission?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
he just
fuck.
got the parts literally today.
Shit.
So I'm hoping, he said he's going to try to put it in and see if it'll all get fixed up, but praying that it will, because I really need the.
What was wrong with it again?
So at first it just broke down and we didn't know why. We thought it was the fuel pump. Wasn't fuel pump. Turns out it was the map sensor. I'm not a mechanic. Sorry. So if I butcher any of this, just don't care. Yeah, the map sensor was apparently saying like when it was idling, it was like under a lot of load. So it pushed more gas
Interesting.
into the engine. So like it ended up just shutting off because it thought it was under too much load. Yeah. So when it was idling, and it makes sense because when I was driving home the day that I broke down, it kind of, what do you call it? It was slowly, like I could feel it not like picking up, and I was like, I'm not out of gas. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
So then, yeah, I think that is the problem. So he just got the map sensor, had to order it from the States and see where it goes from there.
Damn, how's that put you back?
I don't know yet.
Ooh.
I don't know yet, but he said
That's the scary.
He said it's going to be cheaper than the fuel pump.
Right.
Fuel pump, he said, was going to be like $600.
Okay.
600.
Fuel pump's expensive,
Rough.
man.
Cars alone are just rough.
Yeah, they are. So like, if that gets fixed up, I'm honestly going to be overjoyed next week. But I will find out this weekend and we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Your week?
Going pretty good.
Yeah.
Until today. Like the fucking crackhead smacked my energy drink out of my hand for no fucking reason.
I can't believe you let like
goddamn.
half an energy drink ruin your day.
God damn.
No, I would have been pissed too.
Dude,
I would
it
have
was
tackled
half the can.
I would have
Of
like
what? Of
actually
what?
just
Of
like
Rockstar Fruit Punch.
I would have punched him.
Yeah.
I would have just right hook would have just right away.
I was like, what the shit just happened?
And you were on the phone too.
Yeah, I was on the phone talking to Apple trying to get tech support, and they were like, verify your ID. I'm like, why do I need to verify my ID? And SmackDown, I was like, what the fuck? Walker was like, don't walk my way, bitch. I was like, what?
He called you a bitch?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, get back here. So I went after him, and he was like, and he ran. I was like,
Where was this?
it was at Surrey Central.
That's why.
Yeah. And my fat ass, I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna chase his ass. It's
fair.
too much work. Like, fuck, if I see him, I'll beat his ass later or some shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
I see you later, you're dead.
If I can catch you, you're dead.
Yeah, basically. That's hilarious. That's
Did he have crackhead speed?
Yeah, cracking strength?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
that can just went flying up my fucking hand. I was like, what the shit?
Well, no shit, you're not gripping it,
No.
right? Like usually you just hold it with a normal strength. You're not even focused, and then
Yeah.
just
And you didn't see him like approach you, right?
No, not at all. I didn't even know where he came from. When I was walking in front, I was looking where I was going. I don't know where this dude came from. Just came out of nowhere. Smacked that shit right out of my hand. I was like, what the shit? I was like, okay.
I like the idea of him just popping out of fucking the ether, just smacking it, running off. Never see him again. He wasn't even real. He's just like some fucking being.
Sheldon actually just
No,
dropped.
well, that's the thing. Like,
Dropped
I
his
went,
hand.
I did follow a little bit, and I couldn't see him anywhere. I don't know where that dude went.
Only probably knows all of like the secrets.
Surrey
of Surrey
Central,
Central.
probably, dude.
Yeah, dude.
He probably lives
He
there.
hopped
Yeah.
into like
Yeah.
a manhole.
Yeah, what? Fuck, Ninja Turtle.
So yeah, but no, Sheldon just you imagined it and you dropped your can actually, and you were just yelling at no one.
Yeah, fuck.
Just hyped on caffeine.
That was the worst part. There was nobody there to witness that.
No way.
Like, there were people at the far end, but they were just minding their own business. And then there were people right in front of Best Buy that were just like looking at each other. I was like, nobody saw this.
Yo,
All they saw was me.
what if he's just going? What if Sheldon's just losing?
Yo, I wish. My life would be so much more interesting.
Remember what he said before the podcast? Like, I want to talk about the Chinese. I think he's losing his fucking mind. I think Sheldon is actually just lost in the sauce.
Okay, Sheldon.
Nah.
You want another?
I think I have a cat, but he's not real.
He's being
sounds
stupid,
real.
man. I want to beat his ass so bad. I just want to go into the room and beat his ass.
I mean, from the pause we see coming from under the door, it looks real.
We don't actually abuse him. He abuses us. Okay. But we're being completely honest. He's trying to get out of the room to beat us.
He's like, free me.
Yeah.
Free me so I can destroy everything.
Look, see?
His paw is just under here. Let me see if I can take a video of this.
If you do, I'll try and throw it into the pot.
Make that into the short.
Let's see.
Oh, no.
He knew the camera was coming.
Oh, no.
It's like,
Come on, do it again.
Do it again. Stupid.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been okay.
Yeah.
in like 3 days, Hogwarts Legacy comes out.
Lit.
She's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Destiny's gonna be taking a backseat for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm farming out Destiny right now, just trying to get the Iron Banner done.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
A little bit of a grind, but they boosted the points.
I heard.
So
Yeah.
like I'm not fully done all the week because I didn't get to play yesterday.
They reduced the challenge points, but they
Yeah.
upped the points for like your emblem wearing and your gear score.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you get more overall.
Yeah.
So right now I'm at only 11.25 times because I'm wearing like all the gear, have the emblem, all that kind of shit.
Right.
And I'm only at the third one. So there's one more. So I'm pretty sure it's going to go to like 14 times. And right now I'm getting like 600 per match.
Okay.
So I think it's going to get bumped like per win. So I think it's going to get bumped up quite a bit, like probably like 800 per, which will knock down the time of playing Iron Banner significantly.
Oh, easily, for sure.
Okay.
Right. So like I'm pretty hyped for that. So I got to get that finished up.
Fun.
Oh man, this stupid, dumb. Here, I keep doing it. Keep doing
The
it.
time he records, he's gonna stop. Yep. There.
Why? Why does he know? I'm gonna leave it on. I'll leave it on, dumbass. Yo, you think you're smart, huh? Come in there, beat you.
Not actually. So should we get into The Last of Us?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Let's get into The Last of Us.
Okay, I want to hear your thoughts first.
This is just a gay Ron Swanson who was more prepared for a fucking outbreak, which was awesome. Which was awesome.
I want to be completely honest when I said this in the group chat. This was a filler episode, unnecessary to the story. Didn't need to be said at all. It was my favorite episode so far.
It was a filler, but it was a needed filler
Why was it needed?
because it gave context to Bill and Frank's relationship.
Yes, but it wasn't necessary to the main story.
No.
Well,
So it is
the
a
other
filler
thing,
episode.
the other thing too is like,
I think. Sorry. Let me backtrack a bit. I think it gave context to Bill and Frank's relationship in the game because in the story in the show, Joel and Bill.
sure, but for people that never played the game,
No,
they're
exactly.
like, who the fuck is Bill?
Exactly.
Who the fuck is Frank? They mentioned them by name,
Yeah.
but it defeats the purpose because they were supposed to meet them. In the game, they meet them.
Yeah.
They meet Bill.
Yeah.
They meet Bill. And Bill is fucking crazy psycho in the game.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not crazy. He's not a psycho, but he's crazy in the game.
He's paranoid.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
he
for
doesn't
sure.
trust
No.
anybody.
Well prepared.
And so I thought this episode was going to lead into, okay, the like knowing the backstory of Bill and Frank, and then they're going to go meet Bill.
Yeah.
But then, spoilers, Bill and fucking Frank off each other like Romeo and Juliet, poisoning each other off. And it was like, so they never meet Bill. I was like,
True.
what?
It wasn't.
So Joel and Ellie don't ever meet Bill, and they don't bond over the fact that, yo, Bill is fucking crazy.
Well, I think from the letter and his bunker, they're like, oh, okay. And just like the gate and the town, I assume they're like, well, he's crazy.
I think it was. I like this version of the story better. And this episode, like that couldn't have been in the game. It couldn't have been. Like
What?
that whole scenario couldn't have been in the game.
No, because it wouldn't have added to the game.
Well, it wouldn't have
Unless
added to the
they
game.
actually met Bill, which they did in the game.
Yes.
Then it would make sense.
No, but
But
you
for this-
couldn't play that. Like that wouldn't be you couldn't play.
You couldn't play that.
Yeah,
not at all.
That's only a TV show
It
thing.
would have been like a cutscene thing.
Yeah.
But it would be too long. That's the thing. You'd have a really short. You wouldn't get the real depth. Like in this episode, I felt like they had a lot of depth.
No, they could have cut certain things and just been like, Bill and Frank were partners.
Yes.
This is what they went through.
Yes.
And then now they meet.
They could do
Ellie and
that,
Joel. They
but
could
it
have done
wouldn't-
that in the game.
Yes, but it
But-
wouldn't have added like that much to the main story. Like I said, like it would be complete filler.
No, but then you know who Bill and Frank were.
Sure. Yeah.
At
yeah,
this point, we know all about Bill and Frank,
yes.
but Ellie and Joel never got, or Joel met Bill, but Ellie never got to meet.
And Frank.
It
Yeah.
was an odd. It was an odd thing that that Bill wanted to kill himself too, because they could have added that and had it actually be like exactly like the game where they do meet Bill afterwards and he's
Mhm.
lost his fucking mind. Right?
I think it was just the fact that like they were in love and Bill just didn't want to live without
Mm.
right? Because like Bill, I can't remember the quote, but I think it's along the lines of like Bill never really had a purpose in life. And again,
Yes.
until he met Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he met
Bill
Frank,
was okay with just being alone.
yeah,
He was.
Bill hated the world
Yeah.
until he met Frank.
Yeah.
And then once he met Frank, he's like, I have to protect you with everything I have because I can't lose you.
Yeah.
So then on Frank's last day, when he's like, we're gonna go to the boutique, I'm gonna pick up what you wear, we're gonna get married, you're gonna poison the wine, and then we're gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna die in your arms. Bill, I think at some point from A to B, Bill made the decision. He's like, I can't live without this man, so I'm just gonna die with him.
And I think it really added a level of, it added more of a level of grievance for not, no,
I
wait.
wouldn't say grievance.
Wait. For not for Bill and Frank. I'm talking about for Tess. It's just because of that note.
Because in the note, Bill said, use whatever you want to protect Tess.
To protect Tess, and you're like, oh, that hurts.
Yeah, so now Joel has lost Bill, Frank, and Tess.
Yeah, he wasn't really like, Bill and Frank were like kind of his buddies, but like they weren't like.
I don't know if it's grievance.
Just
The
for
grievance,
Tess though.
the grievance would have been. I mean, we know Tess died, so the grievance. I think what it added more was more the humanity side of things to the show. It added more humanity to the show.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it added more anger to Joel's character because he's like, fuck, everyone around me that I care about is dying.
I understood, like I understood the death more because of the last episode, because of episode 2. But I think I understand more of his like the level of grief that Joel might be feeling, because the way that they kind of like, they showed a little bit of how Tess and Joel knew each other for so long, right? Like, that they kind of grew together for the most part throughout the whole thing. So,
sorry, and not to cut you off, but I just recalled.
You just did cut him.
I know. Sorry, but like before this thought leaves my head, even at the beginning of the episode, when they're both sitting in the forest, Ellie even says, she's like, I'll try and paraphrase, but don't quote me. She's basically saying like, don't blame me for Tessa's death.
Yeah.
Because they made decisions to do so.
Yeah.
Because they wanted stuff out.
Yeah.
So she even
They made
says
an adult decision.
She even says, don't blame me for Tessa's death.
Yep.
Because you guys wanted to fucking do this. No one asked you to.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it cleared up a lot of stuff in the game that I may be misremembering or forgetting. But yeah, it, like Sheldon said, it gives more humanity to that whole situation.
Yeah.
And I understand the beginning portion of The Last of Us now way better than I did when it was a game. Like when I was playing the game.
Yeah.
The beginning
now
makes
you can sit back and enjoy it.
Understand it. You get more depth and you get more, like you said, humanity out of it.
Yeah.
So this was definitely my favorite episode.
Would you go back and play it to see it again? Because I've only ever played it once.
Same.
And I don't need to go back and play it again. Because the first time for me was the most amazing time.
True.
It was the greatest time. And I don't want to go back and replay it and find some shit that I was like, oh, that's dumb. Why did they miss?
I remember you saying that last time.
Yeah.
You don't want to break the image of us. No, fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
That's completely fair.
I do. I wouldn't mind going back and playing it again, because
just seeing how things are different.
Just seeing how things are different, and also like it would give me a better sense of how the story progressed in the game comparative to the story in the show.
Yeah.
Because I can recall memories, but I can't recall the entire game, of course. I don't think any of us can.
I'm pretty sure I've got a pretty good recall on that entire game.
I do too.
Like,
I've beaten it like...
I vividly remember this game pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially as I'm watching it, I'm just like, that wasn't there. This didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm just like, And this, I played this when it came out on the PS3 the first day.
Yeah, I played it on the PS3.
Too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I would play it again just because my memory is not as good in terms of in terms of like Last of Us. It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah, and then another thing with Bill and Frank is like, I think another reason why Bill wanted to die with Frank is because like at the end of the day, the best thing I heard it described is that in a world of like hate and anger and violence and death and just nothing.
Is there hate in this world though?
Yes. What? What are you talking? What do you mean?
Like, sure, there's like hate, but it's not like they hate each other.
No, sorry. That was maybe the wrong word to use. But
sorry, re-explain that. just because
Me or him?
him.
Okay.
So like you say there's hate. I mean, there's hate in this world because people are doing shit against each other
Yeah.
to try and survive, but it's more of a survival thing. I think.
Yeah.
Well, what about like the hate between like Fedra and the Fireflies?
Who's Frederick again? Oh, just fine.
Wait, what show we're talking about?
Yeah. Wait.
No.
This is King of the Hill, right? We talking about King of the Hill?
God damn, Barry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Boom hammer.
third episode of House of Dragons was crazy this week. I'm joking. Last of Us.
I was like, wait a minute. What in the fuck did you? What?
I'm pretty sure House of Dragons is done for now. Like,
Yeah.
done.
Isn't that what we're watching?
Oh, we're watching.
Clifford, the big
Yeah.
red dog.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Thomas.
That's
the
right.
Tank Engine.
But yeah, it's the hate
Don't tell
between Fedra and the Fireflies. That's like hate. Those people hate
Is
each
it?
other.
No, that's not hate. That's two different
Is it
political
misunderstanding?
ideologies going against each other.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
'Cause like one is military rule, one wants to go back to like the democracy style of things.
Yeah.
Yes, but they
So
hate
it's
each
not
other at
hate.
their core. They're
It's hate.
bombing and killing each other.
I
This
mean,
isn't like, oh, let's be
the world
political
has
about
done
this.
that over and over in real life, man. Just over political ideologies. Though.
Sure.
It's not like they hated each other. It's just they believe they're right. They believe they're right.
Sure,
You
but
know what
I
I
don't
mean?
think it was all out like almost like this
Like
is
if they could, like if they really like when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's not like they want to wipe them out. They'd rather convert them than wipe them out. Have them force their ideologies upon them than wipe them out, because then there's just more people under their regime that they can control and dictate.
I don't think so. I think they would just kill them. They just off them.
No, man.
They literally just off them. In the show, they just off them.
I mean, yeah, but that's also because they're trying to. The resources are low. Getting things is very hard. They also got to avoid these infected motherfuckers. Like it's not a hate; it's a survival thing. I think it. Okay, so I'll say personally, I think it's more of a survival thing. It's not that they hate them. It's they can. There's only so many people they can keep feeding and like giving care to
Yeah.
because of the amount of limited resources there are. They're not pumping it out like they used to when the world was running properly.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So now it's become more survival. It's like, can we take these people in? Do we have the resources? And are they going to like fall in with our ideologies?
How I see it is I can see both of your guys' side, but at the end of the day, I think if you do like 3 Fedra people and 3 Fireflies and you lock them in a room and they
They'll
are
kill each other.
well, no, hang on, wait, and they are surrounded by infected, and infected are trying to get in. At the end of the day, they will work together at the end of to survive.
Oh, for sure. But
Right?
then I'm gonna throw one of the infected at them to be like, haha, die, motherfucker.
but at the root of all of it, it's survival.
Yeah, it is 100%.
Right. So like I can see what both of you guys are saying. I think they kill each other, but at the end of the day, the root of it is they're doing so because of survival.
Yes.
Right. So but back to my point, I think in a world of just everything, the reason why Bill wanted to go off with Frank is because the end of the day, they won because they both lived together, they found love, and they died together and got old with each other. So through all of it, they beat the odds and they won. That's the best way that I heard it was described. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? So like
Yeah, because they survived for as long as they could.
they got old together.
Yeah.
Right? Bill got shot, but he was still alive and they just died together. So they won.
Yeah,
They did it.
that's true.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think that
they went out how they wanted to go out.
exactly.
rather
I think
than-
it's the best way it got
Yeah.
described.
That's fair. That's a fair. That's a fair view. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this episode was so great, and I think one thing that added to that like greatly was the fact that there was like a gay sex scene, because like I was bricked up the entire time,
I knew
the
he was
entire
gonna bring it up.
time, like hard stiffy boy. You know, he's like kissing his chest and going down. I'm like, oh shit!
You know what's one thing that I actually didn't? So when you guys played the game, did you think Bill was gay?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You?
I thought that
I
was
think I
obvious
read
because he was like,
I think you read like you can read the paper.
See, when he said partner, I just thought like partner as in like this is my friend, we're surviving partner. I didn't think of it.
Oh, interesting.
I played the game. I think I think I beat it like 3 times. But the second and third time, I was like, I don't think he means like friend. I think this is more.
well,
So then when I watched the scene where he's playing the piano and then Frank kisses him, I'm like, oh my God, he is.
What about the scene where she was sucking him off?
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, when he said my partner, like automatically I was like, okay, that's his lover. Because if it was his friend, he'd be like, yo, that's my friend that just.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Or
but
like,
I just didn't even think of that.
The only other scenario where I can see that they were partners was like.
I actually might have to take this. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. The only other thing I can see is like them being either in a law firm together or they were. That was unnecessary.
What was that?
That was him going, ugh. That was him.
I don't think so.
No, that was him. He made that noise. So, ugh, right? That's the noise you were talking about?
Yeah.
That was him.
Why?
Because he's an idiot.
That's fair.
He's a fucking idiot. That's why.
Should we just unplug his mic?
Yeah, 100%. We could just do this on our own.
Yeah, easily do this.
My God. But no.
He's only weighing us down. Help me. We don't need him.
Yeah. No, but the only other partner thing I can see is either like some sort of military thing or a police officer thing.
Yeah, I interpreted it as they were just surviving together.
Yeah.
Right. But like, it's I saw this thing on socials where it's a part where Joel and him are talking and they find Frank's dead body hanging there. And Bill goes, he was my partner.
Yeah.
And I just think from playing it multiple times, I was like, wait, does he mean like lover partner or friend partner? Yeah. And then when I saw him playing the piano and they kiss, I was like, holy shit, Bill's a closet
Now you
gay.
make me wonder how many people that just went over their head.
Oh, homie, easily me. I'm one of. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, Bill's a closet gay. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and then off topic, Nick Offerman, fuck, great acting.
Yo, Nick
Offerman's a goat.
Is a goddamn G.
Yeah,
he is a goddamn G. He's gonna go down to top G status. This guy.
Nick Offerman's 100% goat.
And this is a lot of people have already said this, but this was probably some of his best acting work to date. Besides,
they say,
oh yeah,
I disagree.
Like he took himself to another level.
I mean,
Ron Swanson is probably his greatest character ever.
I think
I'll die on that hill.
I think this was like, I think it was poor acting, but like he's
really on his part.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, I was about to shove my hand in your mouth.
No. I mean, Nick Offerman, great.
Yeah,
this was like, it was. People say that if you take a comedic actor like Ron Swanson or Nick Offerman, I know the same person. I'm just using Ron Swanson, and you put them in a serious role, that's when they shine.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Adam Sandler.
Right?
He's like the biggest example.
Yeah.
He's done quite a few serious films. And the last one, the what the hell is that called? On Netflix, he did the something gems, silent gems or whatever it's called. I can't remember what the fucking, I really got to start remembering the names of these movies. Yeah. He should have won an award for that. And
really?
I'm surprised he never did.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just, and what's cool too is, again, when you put a comedic actor in a serious role, they somehow find ways to bring comedy into it. Like when Nick is sitting there eating and he's watching the infected run through his trap and just get fucking yeeted in the head.
Yeah.
He's like, that's his form of comedy.
Yeah.
So it's still cool that they can bring their craft to any role they do.
His laugh always gets me.
It's so funny.
When he ate the strawberry, he's like, I was like, oh my God. This guy laughs fucking
so
awesome.
funny. But yeah, no, I think it was a great episode, but I actually want to talk about when Bill and Ellie got there. And then
you mean Joel and Ellie?
Yeah, thank you. I had to burp. Yeah, when they got there and they read the note and Ellie read the part about Tess, how you could see how defeated that Joel got. Because again, we bring up the fact that like Joel, because in the note it said, use what I have to protect Tess to the best you can.
Right.
And when he read that, he was like, fuck. And you could tell, or at least I thought he wanted to get mad at Ellie, but he couldn't because it wasn't her fault.
Right.
So that's why he went outside and he was like, fuck, I lost someone again. Then he came back inside and he's like, this is what's going to happen. You're going to do what I say, X, Y, Z. Don't fucking talk back or be clear. And she's like, behave, basically.
Yeah.
And that was it. Right.
Okay.
So like, I can see that Joel isn't really, and again, I could be talking on my ass here, but Joel isn't really someone to take the blame. He's always like, it's someone else's fault. It's not, it can't be my fault. I could be reading that wrong, but like, do you kind of see that? Or he just wants to pin it on Ellie because like this is her fault. If we stayed in the QZ.
No, I mean, I think in that instance, when Tess gave herself up,
yeah,
and he lost her,
yeah,
he was blaming Ellie. He was blaming Ellie. He was like, we should never. He was probably like in the mindset.
He said it from the start. He's like, why don't we just go back in?
Yeah, he wanted to go back.
Yeah,
he's like, we should never have taken his job. Like this is just what I'm thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah,
like this is her fault. This stupid kid.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then when Ellie said that to Joel was like, fuck,
you're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like we did make a decision, but then it was more like Tess forced him to do so.
Want to keep going.
Yeah,
right.
And like he was just like he did make the choice to go along with it. He could have walked away.
Yeah,
he could have like, no, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this.
Yeah,
but he chose to go along with.
So he's almost like fighting with himself.
Yeah,
because he's like, I don't want to just leave it. Because like you can tell he doesn't want to just leave her because then she'll just die. Because
she's a kid.
And she's infected.
Yeah, but
he's like, at the end of the day, I have to worry about me.
Yeah. So I at this point, I don't think he can anymore because
he's too invested.
Or even after the note being read,
yeah,
he understands he's responsible for this kid now.
Exactly.
He just can't leave her behind.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then either A, they'll lose what they were going for, and B, he'll just be like, I lost someone again. Yeah. Essentially, right?
Yeah.
And then we find that she's a little bit of she has the killer inside of her. Let's backtrack a bit to when they were in the gas station. She finds the infected or not crushed but buried under the rubble, still alive, and she kills it.
Yeah.
With her knife.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a killer mentality though. It's more like
curiosity.
You're a monster, and we need to get rid of you.
Yeah.
If we leave you, you're gonna come after us.
That's
or some
fair.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't get why she cut the head open. Just look.
She probably wanted to see.
I mean,
I'd be curious.
I would too. Yeah.
Like how much? Like is it human under there, or is it just fucking plant?
That's fair.
Or fungi? Sorry. Yeah. You know, it was one of those things. I'd be super curious too.
Yeah, I yeeted it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
You died.
Yeah, but no, I think I was the same way. Like I even said, I'm like, told Candace, I'm like, I do the same thing. I'd cut it open, just peek inside and see what they are made of.
Okay, you know what messed me up about that though is they said that the fungus is a network.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So this thing saw them.
No, it has. Wait. No. They said that the threads basically act as a neural network.
As a network, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're saying why she cut because now they know?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's great.
But I don't think like the way I'm kind of seeing it
They're
is
connected as a hive mind.
No. But wait. They're connected through only like. So basically, how I'm thinking of it is there's almost like those tendrils.
Yeah.
That span out to certain areas. And so it is technically a hive mind, but only if those tendrils are connected.
Have reached out that far.
And those clickers can go beyond that because obviously they still want to spread, right?
Right.
But that neural network maybe stays in one area. And that's why, so that scene in where Tess and them are there, you see the tendrils come up.
Right. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when I think of it, I'm like, oh shit, the tendrils are there. Like they're almost, they can see that area. So that's why they get notified.
Right.
Whereas maybe when they're out and you don't see those tendrils around, they might not have the same reaction. That's my thought process.
Okay.
To back up that point, the whole test scene, the whole city was pretty much like tendrils almost everywhere. Like every house almost had it.
It had it.
But where they were in the gas station was so far from the city.
Yes.
I can see your point now.
Yeah.
That like even if you killed one, it's so far out.
Yeah. There wasn't any, it wasn't actually like, if you notice, there wasn't actually any like, in fact, it was only like run down.
Yeah.
That gas station just looked run down like the forest was building into it.
That makes sense. That makes
like
sense.
nature was building into it, but they hadn't been infected yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense. And then after that, fast forward again, we see her grab Frank's handgun and hide it.
Yep.
So now we know she has a handgun.
Yep.
Right.
She does
So
have a
I
handgun.
was saying to him, it seems like Ellie almost has like she's yearning for this little killer
That pen.
killer mentality, right? She like, now that it's just her and Joel, she wants to be like, hand me a gun.
Yeah.
Give me a gun.
Well, she's been asking for a gun
Exactly.
since they met.
Right. Now she has Frank's old handgun. Right. So I wonder how Joel will react when.
Yeah. What I found interesting was how he explained that what the theory of the spread, how it spread actually went.
The flower.
Yeah, because in the game they talk about the spores hitting people, and then that's how it infects them. And then Ellie was like, "Well, how did the first infected get infected?" She was like, "A monkey bit them, didn't they? It was a monkey. I bet you it was a monkey." And then he was like, "No. The theory is that they used those mushrooms, they grounded them up, and they were putting them in food and like drinks."
Someone from the wheat factory.
One of those companies were putting that shit into there as like a supplement of some sort. And so as people were eating it, they were getting infected slowly, like not right away. It took time. And then eventually you started seeing little symptoms here and there. And then that's how it spread eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like through they explained it in the last episode, just in the beginning when they're walking, Ellie and Joel.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it was in the wheat or something.
Yeah,
something major.
Someone in the wheat factory killed 3 people, hacked someone, and then they locked her in the washroom. And then the cops came and shot her. And those people that got attacked went home. They were infected and just fucking boom,
exactly.
boom, 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 boom.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, and then so we see her take Frank's gun, and then we see them leave, and now they're going into Boston, I believe. And the next episode, if memory serves me right from the game, they'll go into the city and they'll meet Sam and his brother. Sam and his brother is 2 black people they meet in the game.
Yeah, that's right. Because they're going on their way to meet Joel's brother.
Yeah,
who was in Wyoming.
They're going to find him.
Yeah. So in between that, we're gonna get the brothers coming up.
Yeah, which is another terrible death.
Oh yeah, people are gonna lose their minds.
Fucking that one was so hard.
Yeah. Well, spoilers, they die. Like you just said, it's a terrible death, motherfucker.
Oh,
God damn.
You never know. They could change it.
That is true. I mean,
they changed Bill and Frank. They could change it.
I hope not, because that one was hard, bro.
It was.
That one was hard.
It was emotional.
Man. Yeah, like that one hit hard when you played that one.
Oh yeah,
because it was the younger brother that got affected. Oh, hit spoilers again. There we go.
I could.
We spoiled all of the last.
I could cut this.
No, keep it in.
No,
keep it in. You just got spoiled.
You know why? Because by the time we put this up, the episode will have aired.
True.
Fuck you all.
Yeah. Like this isn't live. This is live. It'd be different. But by the time we get this shit up,
we are a little behind. We are a little behind because we've been working with on the video. I don't know if we're gonna do episode when they're uploaded. You might see this afterwards.
15.
But no, 15 and 16.
Yeah, 15 and 16.
15 we lost the video for.
And
16 we were working on it, but it's been a really, really big hassle.
Been tech issues out the wazoo.
And it wasn't really well set up.
It was
we're just kind of doing it. We're just kind of doing it to test it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like
I also got to retract a statement I said about the show as well.
Okay.
Hold up.
Yeah. So it wasn't on the pod. This is on we talked about off air.
Oh, okay.
And that was when I said, like, if it wasn't Pedro Pascal, this show wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back.
Oh, right. What? Get fucked. So I guess this episode's not having video either.
We just recording.
Yep. Well, you're getting some behind the scenes. Actually, you can cut this part after you get up.
Yeah.
So it's only 128 gig, right? Makes sense. Was it 30 gigs a minute? It probably is. It's okay.
Well, we're still recording here, so we're gonna get back to it now. So when you do the editing, just do the thumbnails for the last the last 3, and then for this one,
send it to me and I'll post
cut it like right until let's do a cut. We'll come back.
Okay,
just cut it. So 3, 2, 1. We're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Video issues. We're trying to work on it.
Yeah.
Episode.
Yeah.
You had a
sorry. I was saying I need to retract a statement I said off there about how if it wasn't Pedro Pascal playing Joel, the show wouldn't be as good. I'm gonna take that back and say Nick Offerman could have also done as good a job.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
You know what? I don't think he fits the role.
I think he would. I think he would.
No.
It's just because he's not a thin man.
I think he just wouldn't. I think don't get me wrong. I think Nick Offerman could play the part. He could play the part.
Yeah, he could 100%.
I don't think
and
he
it'd be
could
just as good.
I don't think he could look the part.
No, he could.
No,
I think he could.
I don't know. I don't think he could. Personally, I don't think he has. Like Joel seems like a little bit taller. Nick Offerman is a little bit not like short, but he's shorter.
He's like 5'8".
He's like 5'8", right?
Yeah.
You know, he's not super tall.
I think he's like 5'8", 5'7", some shit like that.
So I think they were going for more like someone who has a similar resemblance in like a roundabout way, whereas he would just be too short. I don't think that his especially like I think he could play the part again, but I don't think he would look the part. Personally, I do think don't get me wrong, Nick Offerman is a phenomenal. After this episode, you can't argue that he's not a phenomenal actor.
No.
He's legitimately has went above and beyond in that episode and made the episode phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? Fantastic episode. Nick Offerman absolutely killed it. I just don't think he would play the part he would play the part well, he just wouldn't look the part. That's what I was saying.
But yeah,
oh my goodness.
I'll retract my statement about what I said about the show, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, that episode was great.
Yeah.
I think an add much. Yeah. Could be said. Yes, no.
Maybe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. So
Should we move on to some news?
yeah, we can move on to some news. I got some news to bring up. So this week, Mr.Beast, aka biggest YouTuber on the platform, goddamn man, got what 140 million subscribers, something stupid.
And he's a big ass philanthropist too. Like,
Yeah,
Funny
he
money.
gives away. Well, he made a statement before where he's like, I put every dollar I get, I want to put back into the episodes they make,
And he does.
and he does. He was talking about it costs like tens of millions
you know,
of
if he
dollars
did,
to do
he
this
would be
Squid
the
Game.
richest YouTuber right now.
Oh, easily.
100%.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he doesn't believe in that. He's like, I want to put out all of the quality I can,
yeah.
right? Which is super dope. But this week he released a video where he cured 1,000 people's blindness.
That's wild to even.
1,000 people who have curable blindness. Of course, there's incurable blindness and curable, but the
Right.
people who do have curable blindness, he paid for all their treatments and allowed them to see for the first time.
That's pretty dope.
Name a better deed. Name a better deed.
This guy's not even a multi-billionaire and he's helping people.
Name a
Like
better deed.
Jesus.
He's a fucking YouTuber. And he did that. Now what are actors doing?
No, the biggest controversy around this video is the fact that people are like I watched a take from
Was it
Hassan.
like, why did they choose this 1,000 people, not another 1,000 people?
No. It was Hassan Piker and or Hassanabi on YouTube.
Was it that dude who was from like the Young Turks or whatever?
I think he wasn't a young. I don't know. I can't remember, but I just watched a clip of him basically where he was like the controversy around it was the fact that yes, this is a great deed, but why isn't the government doing this? Why is it left to a YouTuber to do? To cure people's
He's
curable
not
blindness.
shitting on Mr. Beast.
That's not
Yeah.
their responsibility, man.
But then
I totally disagree with that statement. Once they start dipping their hands into what kind of medical, no, I'm not about that. Like, fuck that dude. He's
Why not?
full of shit.
so why not?
That's some communism level shit.
So why not?
That's some communism level shit.
Okay, and
Why does it have to be? Why does the government have to do it?
Why does a YouTuber have to do it?
He doesn't have to. He chose to do it.
Sure, but why? If the YouTuber can do it,
No. What you're stating and what
Okay.
that dude just said, two different. Mr. Beast chose to do this.
yes.
Okay, he chose to do this out of the kindness of
Yes.
the heart. Government ain't choosing to do shit. They don't have to. They shouldn't have to do that. That's not on them.
So what should they have to do? What should they have to
Their
do?
job is to make sure like our facilities are running well, our roads are fucking fixed, pipes and shit are going fine, and like our taxes should be lower. Not that they're paying for all this.
But
other stuff.
wait. We all already pay such high tax for
Unless
these
it's
people.
like life threatening, then sure.
Sure, but
I
what
would
about
say
the people?
at
What,
that point, yes. But if it's not,
What-
it's not necessary.
what about? Okay, wait. What about the people who? Or what about the people? These people in government who now make a fucking killing. They're making way too much money. First off the taxes,
they're
millions.
talking about the American government, right?
They are talking
They're
about the American government.
who are friend, like their lobbyists are friends with all these millionaires.
Yes.
A lot of them allegedly do insider trading,
Yep.
right? That shit should be fucking banned. They're government officials. They should not be making that much money.
They shouldn't. But the thing is, it's also like, what do they do with our taxes? Like in Canada,
What you're getting into is a whole different thing, bro. Like you're getting into like
well,
other
no,
shit.
that's the whole the whole controversy is the fact that like basically like if these people can be cured, why aren't they being cured? Like you are now actively making people disabled people. Hold on, disabled people who you have to fund.
Sure,
You have to already give them money.
sure.
Why wouldn't you just use that money?
If they weren't making the money they weren't making, you can't say that about the government.
What do you mean?
Okay, because you went from government to individuals in government making that much money they should be paying, right?
No. I'm saying my point and statement was I don't care if they make enough if they make that money.
But that's what right now. This is what it sounds like this dude is talking about.
No, he's talking about the government should just be paying for this.
So then, where did the individuals making that much money come from?
Oh,
why was that stated?
Oh, that was me.
Okay,
But like my point was the fact that okay, these people are making a stupid amount of money, right? Like not just them, not individually. Let's just even throw that point out the window. Just throw it out the window. Okay, never happened. They still make a shit ton of money and they still have to pay for disability. Right?
Why don't multi-billionaires pay for all these sick people?
Sure, but why?
No, why?
Wait,
Why don't they?
Hold on, wait. Why wouldn't the multi-billionaires have to actually pay taxes and actually give the money to the taxes so they can fund this?
Blame the people that wrote the fucking laws for that.
Yeah,
Tax
which is
evasion.
who? The
people-
government.
No, it's not just the government; it's the individuals that run that government.
Sure, yes.
Yeah.
But they are part of the government. They are making the rules. That's the government.
Right.
The people in the government are the government.
Right.
Right. So those people.
So why don't they amend that to make it happen then?
Yeah. That's the point.
Right.
This is what I've been saying.
But it doesn't make a difference, man.
What do you mean?
You're saying that we should take the money from them and redistribute it, right?
Not even redistribute it. I don't even really care about like the capitalism, communism, socialism whole fucking thing is a whole like mess of its own. What I'm saying is just these people in terms of their curable blindness.
Okay.
A government now has a bunch of people with curable blindness. Okay. They pay them disability.
A shit ton of money put into medical, man.
It's a shit ton of money to put into
Shit ton of
disability.
money. I feel like it should only be treatable if it's going to kill you.
But wait. These people are disabled. If you cured them, not only are you using the money that now you would have been using for disability to
Right.
cure them, but instead of just giving them the money, you're like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna full stop this, cure them. Now you have workers. Now you have people who can actually work. Not saying you can't work if you're blind, but like it's not, you can't do most things. 95% of jobs you really can't do. Like what?
Sure, if you're blind, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So most jobs you really can't do. So you are not only have you not only cured people with curable blindness, you really are lowering quite a significant sum of disability. You are now adding workers to your workforce. These are three big positives that I see.
So we're curing blindness. We should also cure deafness then, if they can be cured.
If it's curable,
Right.
yeah, sure.
Right? People with missing limbs, we can get them legs and shit.
That's already isn't that already? Well, I'm talking about
I'm saying
Canada.
the government should be paying for that.
No, I know, but I think in Canada it is basically paid for, isn't it?
For basic prosthetics, but there's like advanced limbs out there now.
Oh,
Yeah.
there is, but it's not. That isn't like it's not fully well done yet. It's still being actively
But
worked on.
there's some out there that are pretty decent that can do a decent job.
Sure.
People can get basic jobs because of that.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, but that would be a much more costly thing than curing blindness.
But bigger picture, it's a one-time fee for that thing
It is. You're not wrong.
compared to continuously paying for a disability.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. So that was the big argument. So like people are now saying like, oh yeah, it should be paid for by the government. It like the
But
government
then
really
that's just
should
going to
be.
get into a whole other things of what else should the government be paying?
Sure.
You know
But
what I'm
that's a
saying?
discussion.
It's
Shouldn't
like
that be a discussion?
if a fat person wants liposuction, let's just say, right? And they're like,
but that's
hold on. Let me get this out. Like, if an obese person is saying, I can't work because I'm too fat, the government should pay for my liposuction.
Okay.
Nah, go run and exercise.
Okay, but the
go
thing
run
is,
and exercise.
Sure. But wait.
This is what I'm saying, though.
This is totally different because
no,
you can't.
It's not.
It 100% is.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Wait. Let me make my statement. One statement.
Go for it.
One statement. You cannot run a marathon to get your vision back or to get your deafness back. Those are things you can work on yourself.
People can't run at all. Some of them are stuck. No, some of them are stuck in bed.
You can wait. But you can still make healthy choices in what you eat. First off, okay, this is another topic now. We're beelining right into another fucking topic this week. Joe Rogan was talking about basically there was a clip online talking about how obese people 90% of it is from genetics and it can't be cured.
Okay.
Or not, like, you can't be cured, but like you don't, it's not even the choice of your own.
You can't help it. It's just going to happen.
It's just going to happen. You are going to be obese because of your genetics, right?
Sure.
So then Joe Rogan got into a whole thing where he was like, yeah, like people should be like, you don't hear of obese people. Like if you're obese, basically there's no obese people who get up at 6 in the morning, work out, do all that. And then the same guy, Hasanabi,
yep,
because this was a video that played right after, and it was this week. So it was those two videos that I watched back to back. Basically, he was saying like, no, like that you can, I can't remember his exact argument. I was kind of against it in a certain sense, but he said like, no, that's not the whole point. The point of people who are obese is the fact that it is near impossible to like almost get rid of. Like it's more than just your genetics.
Okay.
Right? Like there's more aspects at play, like your whole upbringing, your family, all that kind of stuff builds into it, which he was like, yeah, it is really, really difficult to get rid of. Mm-hmm. You can't just say, go work out, go run a marathon, go do this and you'll be healthy.
I mean, okay, sure. But we're also getting to a point now where people can rewrite their genetics.
Sure, yeah, but that's future.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, we're starting with one thing here. Okay, we're starting with blindness.
Okay,
and then something else is going to jump up. We're like, why isn't the government paying for this? Why isn't the government paying for this? Okay. Now we're gonna, like, in the future, like they're already working on this. They're working on, you can genetically modify your embryos so they don't have genetic diseases, genetic issues, all this other shit. If they're prone to cancer, you can. So, like, no. Eventually, when you start with one thing, people are gonna want more and more and more and more. Okay. And at some point, they're like, why isn't the government paying for our genetic modifications?
That topic is a topic for a later date. Wait, yes, it is.
No, it's really not.
Wait, why?
Because we're gonna get to
exactly. We're gonna get there, but that isn't that point. The point that we're at right now isn't the point where we can genetically modify.
Where does it stop?
Where does it stop?
Where does it stop?
It stops wherever the government. Huh?
When you die?
What do you mean?
Like, where does it stop? At one point, are we gonna at one point, do we stop asking the government to pay for our shit? When a lot of people should be doing things for themselves.
Here's the point, that the exact point I made before. If your disease that you have makes you incapable of working in a workforce and you cannot cure it on your own.
Okay. Then the government should get involved.
The government should get involved.
Now, this is where, okay. So you're saying this.
Mm-hmm.
So the government is still going to collectively collect money from your taxes to pay for this stuff.
They're always going to.
Okay, right. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When they stop doing this, when they can start curing this stuff without having to pay for modifications, or to pay for the blindness, and like, hey, genetic modification is the way to go. Are they still going to be collecting that money? Or are people just going to forget about it? Be like, what the fuck? Where are all these taxes going?
Do we have? Wait. Can you genetically modify yourself right now?
They're working on it right now.
Can you do it right now? My question is, can you do it?
They can right now.
Can you do it at this moment for yourself?
No, not for an embryo, dude. An embryo you can.
Sure, but wait. How many kids has it been tested on?
I don't know.
It's been like 2.
I don't know.
It hasn't been that many. This is still a testing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. They're working on it.
They're working on it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is a topic for way later, when this isn't going to come out tomorrow. We know this. It's going to be years, possibly decades.
What I'm saying is we're starting with blindness right now. Okay. And where's it going to go from here?
Where's it going to go from here? Where it's going to go from here would be the point when it is possible to actively actively stop these things from happening. If you can actively do something to stop this, like I said, if it is curable on your own, then you don't get in.
Why does it have to be like that?
What do you mean? Why does it have to be like that?
If it's why does it need to be curable on your own? Why can't the government just pay for that?
Because
it'd be easier for the government to pay for it.
No, it wouldn't.
Rather than save my own money to pay for it.
No, it wouldn't, because it really wouldn't. Not in any aspect would it. How would that even? No, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Explain that what you just said.
When you say if you're capable of doing it on your own,
sure.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that?
Yeah.
If you're
like,
obese,
if you got a blind disease that you can cure on your own, what are you doing?
No, you can't. You can't do that. If you could,
no. Hold on.
Okay.
Because blind people can still get jobs. They can.
Wait.
Braille and everything is out there for them to read, to get a job, to get income. Okay?
Sure.
Right? They can make money.
Sure.
So they can get the funding for themselves to cure it on their own. It's going to take them longer. Going to take them much longer for sure.
Okay.
But they can get jobs to get their income to cure their own disease.
And how long would that approximately take?
Who knows?
You assume.
Who knows?
I would say.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wait.
You said if they have the capability, which they do, are you saying they're useless? They can't get a job on their own to cure their own disease?
Wait. Hold on. They can't get 95% of jobs. They literally have a restriction on the amount of jobs.
They can't do labor.
And wait. How many blind people are getting hired? You really don't.
Their job sectors are going to be specific for sure.
And how many people are already filling that aren't blind?
For sure.
Who are you going to hire as a person in a company? 2 people apply. One person's blind, one person isn't. Who are you gonna hire? Most likely the person who isn't.
Who's better qualified?
It will
who's better qualified
in your eyes.
If the blind person is more qualified, why wouldn't you take the blind person?
In your eyes. This is what your statement is. But when you look at job hire rates, if you were to go to a company and 2 people were way less likely chance is that blind person going to get hired. Now, for you, maybe that's different, right? For you, maybe that's different. But overall, it's much harder.
Sure, but
for a blind person.
But your statement is saying if they're not capable, right? But they are capable.
In very specific manner.
If they couldn't, then sure. And I'm saying if it's life-threatening, then they should be able to get it right away.
Okay, but if you cured all the people with blindness, this doesn't mute my point that even if you take that 1 point away,
sure,
you will add people you will, first off, disability will be lowered because now instead of paying every year, you are now curing people, right?
Okay.
Because even if you work, you still get disability, right? The government's still going to pay you because you are disabled, right?
Sure.
So now not only are you lowering on disability, which is lowering overall pay, like tax money that the taxpayers have to pay, or even if they don't lower taxes, the government has to pay. You also are adding workers to your workforce.
Man is so bored right now.
I know. Andre is not
listening.
He does this all the time. Every week.
Listening.
Well, it's been for like the last 2 weeks. Let's be real.
That's true.
For the last 2 weeks.
He doesn't like to get into arguments.
No, he really doesn't.
Why aren't you?
I couldn't really find a spot to jump in because it was back and forth.
Jump in right now.
I personally think that, okay, if I could kind of interject.
And don't middleman yourself. Don't do that.
What does that mean exactly?
Don't middleman yourself.
I'm like-
He's saying not to be a fence sitter, but I don't give a shit. You can do what you want. You can say what you
Don't
want.
be a fence sitter.
No,
Dude, you can go
can't
against.
say that to him. If he wants to be a fence sitter, he can be a fence sitter. He doesn't need to pick one side or the other.
What does a fence sitter even mean?
Like you're sitting in the middle. It's like playing devil's advocate almost.
Devil's advocate for both sides.
Like you're true neutral in
neutral.
this situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I want you to take it-
Like what you did last week. You saw his point, but I can understand your point, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. But like what I'm saying is take your own point, even if it's against me, even if it's a different point, I'd love to hear a point. Don't be like, oh, I kind of agree with him. Kind of agree with him.
Okay, so I kind of just want to quickly. What is your point exactly? I just want if you could just.
So my point,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying
saying
this
that
is
the
right
government
or wrong.
Should pay for people's blindness surgeries so they can get off disability.
Your point.
Yes.
Is the government shouldn't have to pay for that.
I think the government should maybe pay for a portion of whatever disability it may be, but at the end of the day,
What portion?
Ooh, you know what? You just gave me a great fucking idea. Because I agree with what I think I know where you're going. Finish your shit.
maybe like 50%,
Okay.
or like 30, right?
Sure.
50 or
Go ahead.
30, and then because I've always been like someone who's like if I can fix myself physically, mentally, any type of way, then I will do the best I can before asking for help.
Mm.
And I mean, like, to back up, or not to back up, but to go on his point where, like, say if like you're overweight and you don't want to be, you're like the government should pay for my liposuction. You could easily watch what you eat, go on a diet, go for a walk. But at the end of the day, there are people who genetically, it's like, regardless of what you do, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fair.
And
Which is
that's
fair.
fair. And it's super unfortunate. And that's fair.
Yeah.
Right. And at that point, maybe if like you get to a point where you can't leave your bed and you're just like depressed and that could lead to suicide, maybe you could reach out to someone and maybe the government at that point could be like, we'll pay for.
Well, here's what.
Or 30.
Here's what I'll
If
say.
that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll
does.
say. I'll backtrack a little bit and be like, okay, you want the government to pay for it, this stuff, right?
Mm.
Okay, cool. I'll be down for that. But once they're cured, they gotta pay that back. We shouldn't have to pay for that.
Sure.
100%.
I would. That is something.
100%.
Hold on. Wait. I fully agree.
So almost like a
Fully
loan.
agree.
Yeah. 100. Yeah, like a loan.
Like a loan.
Be like, hey, we will
But
cure
wait,
your
wait.
blindness. You're gonna come off disability,
Yeah.
so you can actually go to work now,
Okay.
and you're gonna pay this back to us, so that taxpayers in the country don't have to actually pay for this.
Okay.
That's a fair trade.
That's
I
a pretty.
think
That's
so.
a fair trade. Hold on.
And if that's the case,
But wait.
then let's do that for everything else.
That's a fair trade.
Sure.
Okay.
But do you?
This is where I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Is sure the government should pay for it,
Mhm.
but then those people that got cured for it
Mm.
should pay that back.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
It shouldn't have to. We should not have to pay. Like, we'll, as taxpayers, we'll supplement that loan,
I'll give
but
you
then
that.
you
wait.
pay that back, so it'll come off of us.
Yeah. So like, would you? Okay. Now that brings up a different topic. A quick question I had for this loan. Let's say, I mean, we're not fucking writing this out. We're not the government. We're
No.
not. This isn't
No.
happening.
No, we're not
but
smart enough for this.
No,
Yeah.
but we're fucking idiots. Okay, we're fucking reasons.
Yeah,
we're special.
We're straight dumb.
We are
we're straight
special
dumb.
people.
STR letter 8 dumb.
Yeah,
Exactly.
straight on.
We are stupid people. But what I'd say is, would that loan have interest? Are you gonna start charging interest for that loan?
Maybe after like 2 years or something.
You think 2 years you can pay off that debt?
That'd be like a $10,000 surgery.
That'd be probably
than that.
more. I'd assume more.
Depending on what it is.
Like,
5
could you
years?
imagine 2 years being able to pay off $10,000 loan? That's
it's
pretty
not
great.
possible.
Drug money. Drug money.
Yeah, you got to start selling drugs.
Yeah.
Or
So
yourself.
exactly.
Hold up.
So like, I don't know how long you'd give them, right? Obviously,
Depending on
but would
the
you-
disability.
would you then would you put interest on that?
Maybe.
After 5 years, maybe.
If it's a
I
$50,000,
think treat it like a car loan. You pay zero interest down for the first 5 years. After that, it's 2.3% interest.
unless otherwise making money or something like that, or otherwise paying on it,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as
So
you're
first
consistently
5
paying
years,
on it,
zero interest.
yeah.
You pay the amounts
Yeah.
to try to help you get it down. And then after that,
I'm fully on
like
board.
3% interest.
I'm
or some
fully
shit,
on board.
You know,
as long as you're paying it, you don't have to pay the interest.
yeah,
But like you have 5 years to go and do whatever you need to do.
100%.
Right?
Because
You need
if you're trying to pay for luxury things, you shouldn't be like.
No.
If you don't need to get a car, don't get a car. Go
Exactly.
fucking bus or
Exactly.
walk or ride a bike.
Yeah.
Like if you want your shit cured,
Yep.
this is more. This is essential.
Exactly.
This is essential.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really be like, well, I don't really need to pay that. If the government basically saved your life,
Yeah.
then like you should pay it.
You should be paying that back.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Because it's not just the
I'm with you
government
on
that's
that.
paying for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the money is obviously not coming from the government. It's coming from the taxpayers
Yeah.
that's giving it to the government.
Yep.
Yeah.
To help facilitate these things.
Yep.
So
I agree.
really, like people that are getting cured by it, they should not be like, I deserve this kind of thing. I don't need to pay you back. Government pay. No, you should be paying it back.
No, you should be grateful.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
I
Like,
think-
if anything, if you want the government to pay for something, you should be paying that back.
Yeah.
The individuals should be paying that back to them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. And I think, and you know what? Then in that aspect, I would even say, fuck it.
At that point, that's where I will agree with you. If the government's going to pay,
Yeah.
those individuals should be the ones paying it back,
Sure.
not all the taxpayers.
Sure.
I agree.
And I would then extend that even further. I don't know how far I put the limits, but I'd extend it out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right? Like then you can have those people who are maybe obese who want liposuction. Pay it back.
Yeah.
You really want it.
Sure. I mean, if that's the case, they should pay it back.
You pay it back.
Yeah.
Or you start having interest. Right? Can't take out other loans or anything during that time.
Either that or you working for free from the government. Straight up. You're gonna go your ass gonna be put to work until you pay it back.
This is sounding real like slavery right now. Like
Dictatorship, yo.
this is sounding real bad.
But then
real dark.
I mean,
real quick.
some will say that'll lead into like an extreme form of government where like if they're not paying back, you are working for the government for free, which is like socialism, communism kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like
But at the end of the day, like the government saved your life, so like why wouldn't you want to
yeah,
pay that back?
yeah, exactly.
Which is why a lot of people are against that, because then it's
Because then they feel
Because
like
they-
they owe the government.
exactly,
That's fair.
and then the government has that much more control over people and individuals.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? Then
but
it becomes what most people are afraid of is the government is running everything about your life,
Mm.
and you won't have your individual freedoms.
Mm. I mean, to be fair, I will
Like, in what economy has that ever worked? It doesn't. When people want that kind of
But
stuff,
wait,
that's
wait, wait.
social welfare across the board. It doesn't work, man.
but like I said, I mean, communism, socialism, say what you will. I'm a fence sitter on this one. I don't give a fuck. Really, I couldn't give two shits less. But the argument against that point would be the fact that it's never been done properly. Like it's
there
literally
is no properly, bro. There is no properly.
But
You
why
can't
isn't
do
there?
it. You can't.
Why?
Every country that has tried,
Why?
like, we're going to do this properly,
Why?
they've always failed. It's not
Wait.
possible.
Has anyone done it properly?
No. You know why?
Wait, why?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be an individual that wants more, that wants that control.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it'll never work.
But
There's no
wait,
such thing as a collective agreement.
But you just said that it has been done properly then.
No, it has not been done properly.
Yeah. So if it was done properly, would it work?
It'll never be done properly.
But if it was done properly, would it work?
I'm telling you, it'll never be done
But if
properly.
it was done, my question is, if it was done properly,
No,
would it work?
no.
Why?
Because there's no such thing as it being done properly. And
Why?
I told you why. Because there's always going to be a individual who will want more than the average
But that's
person.
not doing it properly. Then you've gone out of
Exactly.
bounds
You
of doing
can't
it
do
improperly.
it properly.
But if you did it properly, my question still stands.
Everybody's got to be thinking the same thing, then, bro. And it's never going to happen.
my point still stands. If it was done properly, would it work?
What's done properly then?
Done properly is the actual definition of like socialism. I wouldn't say communism, but I can't speak on that. I can speak more on socialism just because I know a little bit more about it. So I can't really speak on communism too much. But socialism, the main overarching ideology is that like the people who are billionaires are not billionaires. They should be able to distribute that wealth, which would then bring up the lower end of the economy, allowing everyone to be more middle class, bringing in a bigger middle class and a smaller lower class and a smaller like upper class.
So everyone's equal.
Everyone's kind of
What do you mean by?
not
Did you
equal,
say a smaller upper class?
Yeah, smaller than would be
The upper
right
class is a small amount.
It is.
It already is.
It is.
What you're saying is it's already happening.
But no,
There is no smaller upper.
But no. The lower class is getting,
the lower class
growing.
is already large,
and it grows.
Yeah.
It only grows. And the thing is, what the whole point is, the middle class shrinks, and that middle class that shrinks now is becoming lower class, and now you have just a bunch of really poor people.
Why would that? Why is that happening though?
Why is that happening?
Yeah.
Because the first off, like inflation rates.
Sure.
Second off, like let's say if per se, okay, the rich people only get richer.
And what would you consider middle class?
What would you? Anyone who can reasonably afford.
What's the income rate for a middle class?
Income rate for middle class would be anything over, I think it's $60,000.
Nope, not anymore.
What is it?
It's like 90 plus.
Sure, but that's with inflation rates.
90 plus nowadays.
90 plus thousand.
Okay, well, you have to take inflation rates into consideration. You can't just be like, without inflation rates, it's
yeah. No. I'm not saying without inflation rates it wouldn't be a thing, but what I'm saying is if you distributed the wealth a lot more even. Between,
what do you mean by distributing wealth?
Distributing wealth in terms of the super elites. Billionaires, you have $100 million, right?
Right.
And I don't think you shouldn't have that money. I think you've worked hard for that money. You should have that money. But do you really need the $100 million? Or do you need the $1 billion? You don't necessarily need it. And if it was going to help raise, let's say, the lower class and start creating a much bigger middle class, you have a better economy overall. Because now you have people who can actually afford to buy things. You have just a better overall way of living. So what you're just giving them this money for free? Is what you're saying? It would come in the form of like you're taking
it from the top 1%.
Wait.
And you're giving it to the lower end for free.
This isn't my point for that. My ideal situation would be you would have to be actually working full time, right? Be doing a job
so you're saying like a dude from McDonald's to be getting paid just as much as a guy that's like running a Fortune 500 company.
No. That's not my point.
Or not even that. Like a minimum wage worker, you all you're doing is cooking fries.
No,
but I gotta make the schedules. I gotta plan out the budgets.
Hold on.
No.
Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Right? You're saying that they should make as much as them?
Nope. Never said that.
So what are you saying?
What I said was everyone goes up. Everyone goes up. I'm not saying that everyone except if you make over $100 million a year.
Though, when you do something like that, cost of living goes up.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why?
When minimum wage increased.
Yeah.
Okay. Companies got to pay more.
Okay.
To those people.
Okay.
Okay. Now they got to find the balance between their products making more money.
Okay.
And paying these people.
Exactly. So
and all the other overhead that comes on top of that.
Yeah, but why do they have to increase? Why do they have to increase those rates? Because first off, those multi-billionaires, the super elites, will always make their money.
Okay, now hold on.
Go ahead.
Sure. You want to talk about super elites? What about a small business owner?
That's who I'm not talking about.
But you are, because they're in charge of their company.
Sure.
They have a small number of people employed. Yes. They also got to give them health benefits.
Wait. Like I said before, when more people have, if you raise the middle class, you now have bolstered your economy.
What are you raising them to, and how are you raising it?
What do you mean? You're raising it by raising everyone at an equal level.
How are you doing that?
By giving everyone an equal level of, let's say UBI or.
Where's that money coming from?
The super elites.
The money that they earned.
Earned?
You saying they didn't earn it?
I'm saying
they didn't put the money into their company.
No, they did
to earn that.
They did.
Okay, so you're going to take their.
But wait. Now those super elites are basically paying. They want to make, first off, $500 million. Perfectly fine. You should be able to make a lot of money. Do you need $500 million?
No, but it's nice to have.
You don't need it. It's not necessary.
No, but
you'll never use it.
But I earned it. I earned that.
No, but if you
I'm definitely what you consider lower class in my income rate.
Yes.
Okay. If I started making that kind of money and I work my ass off to make that kind of money, I'm not letting you take my fucking money.
Wait.
I'll kill motherfucker.
Wait.
Shit.
Yes.
You trying to take my shit?
Sure,
you dude.
But did you know that I believe it's 95%. Don't quote me on the numbers, but like 9 out of 10 of the super elites, I think it's more than that, were people who were given money just off off the rip.
Okay, and where do those people get those money from?
Where did those people get those money from? From
Yeah.
their parents.
Okay, and how they earn that money?
They earn that money through like slave trades.
Okay, if we're talking back to that
Yeah,
kind of
that's
shit, bro,
where the money
like,
comes from.
not all of them are like that.
Not all of them.
Right.
Most
So,
of them.
okay, so then how's that fair to the ones that didn't have that kind of money and earn their way up to there?
Sure, but everyone should be able to pay, everyone should be at a higher rate of living. Don't you think that everyone's overall benefit is better than the individual who now is driving around in Maseratis, Ferraris, buying private islands, which I don't think they shouldn't be able to do, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that wealth should be distributed at a certain level to allow for a better overall living for more people.
So
Raising
when
the
you
middle
say
class.
overall better living, what do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that?
What are we talking about specifically here?
Okay, I'm talking about living
Okay.
expenses.
So like what? Like having a car, having a home,
I would say,
Electricity.
yeah, anyone should be.
or are we just talking about having a roof over your head, keeping your heat on, water, and food?
No, I'm talking about being able to buy a home.
Live. Okay. So
I don't think, and don't get me wrong on this. I never, and the point that you brought up before, where you said the McDonald's worker should be making the same as the Fortune 500 company. I don't believe that's true. That is not true.
okay,
My point is,
what's that lower class getting then? Let's talk home, for example.
okay,
And they want it's a family, a single home family. What are we talking here?
what do you mean?
What are we talking?
I'm just saying,
Like-
hold on. I never said specifics.
No, the thing is, you got to be specific.
Why? I
Because
just
you
said if everyone got raised a little bit, if every single person got raised a little bit, except for people making over like $100 million a year per se. I'm not making this money. I'm making up an argumentative statement.
Okay.
$100 million.
Let's forget about a number that they make.
Sure.
Okay, let's just talk about what they should be getting in terms of, because you said living, right?
It should be an equal level upon all.
Okay, so we got lower class, middle class, or is everybody just the same?
No, not everyone's the same.
Okay, so what's lower class getting across the board?
Well, it would depend on where they work, what they're doing. I never said that. I never said that everyone should be brought up to the middle class. I said you should raise the middle class, raising it, making more people able to buy houses and do that stuff more equitably.
What kind of houses they buying?
Depends on their income. But
What
everyone's
kind of
income.
Okay, but what kind of income they making then?
Well, it depends on where they're working.
Then you can't have a level playing field.
Why? Wait, no. I didn't say level playing field. Never said a level playing field. I said raising everyone up a little bit. So like, let's say, hold on.
But if you see, this is where it's getting lost to me, because you're saying raising everybody up a little bit. What are we raising them to? What is considered fair?
No, I didn't say fair.
Let's say, okay. Let's say you got raised to a point where you can have like a 3-story house,
Okay.
okay, and like 4 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Sure.
What do I get?
I never said everyone just gets a house. My point was,
But you just said that everybody should be able to afford a house.
I said that yeah, most people. Well,
So
most people should be
everybody's
able to.
getting a house.
No, not every. I'm not saying this isn't fucking Oprah for houses. My point is, if you're okay, let's say you're making $16 an hour. Let's just throw numbers out there.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, you're making $16 an hour working at fucking McDonald's. Okay. Cool.
That's what they're
that's
making
minimum wage. Yeah, that's the minimum wage right now. Right.
Okay.
Understandable. Now, somebody who's making $50 or somebody's making like, let's say $25 an hour,
Right.
shouldn't be, and they're working at maybe like a mill or something. I don't know where they're working. Okay. Just arbitrary fucking workplace. That person shouldn't, the McDonald's worker shouldn't get raised to the $25 and that mill worker not get raised as well.
Why?
What do you, no, I'm saying if the McDonald's worker gets a $3 raise,
Right.
then the mill worker should get a $3 raise. What I'm saying is everyone under the $100 million, let's say arbitrary numbers, again, the $100 million mark, everyone under that gets a small bump. So if you took, let's say billions, let's say you take like
Wait, what's the McDonald's worker making? Let's just say a number.
$16.
What's that warehouse worker making?
25.
Okay.
And then you raise everything by $3.
Okay.
Everyone. So now McDonald's worker.
It's still disparity. There's still disparity.
Wait, why?
There's still disparity because they're making more than one another.
I never said I wanted everyone to be making the same. My point was everyone gets a small, if the government gave up, hold on. If the government took the money, okay, distributed it to everyone under $100 million and they equally did it. Doesn't matter if you make $90 million. and everyone
So
got
the
$300.
government is forcing the companies to make them pay this much, right?
No, it would be
Or is it-
basically pay.
Who's paying them then?
What do you mean?
Who's paying these people?
Who's paying who people?
Who's paying the people these wages?
Who's paying the people who own obviously the
Okay,
companies.
so you're saying the government should be making a level playing field, so they're forcing the company to pay these people more.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so they're paying them more than what they should be making.
Okay.
Okay, so what are they going to account for their operating charges, the stuff that they're bringing in, the stuff that they're exporting out, importing in, to make or do whatever the company is doing, and still make a profit to pay these people. Now, let's say people stop shopping at a certain place, or they stop ordering from a certain warehouse. Is that company still paying them and keeping all those workers?
Sorry, one more time. I got lost in the sauce.
Okay. So you're saying the government is making standard wages,
Yes.
right? And they're forcing the companies to do this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people are getting paid more.
Yeah.
Okay. So the cost of shit then is being where? Is it staying the same or is it raising?
Well-
Because now we're getting into logistics here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're getting into
So the
cost
point-
of operations
Yeah.
to run shit.
Okay.
Depending on what it is, whatever it is they're doing. whether
What's the
it's
main
importing-
reason that the operating costs go up when
And
wages
not to
go
mention,
up?
you're stating for one country, right? Or because
No. This is obviously I'm not stating that this is an actual thing that like this is a my theory.
for something like this to work, the entire world needs to be on board. No, they
Why?
have to be. Because if our country's doing this shit, let's say Amazon, for example, okay,
Mhm.
they're ordering shit and buying shit from other places.
Okay.
Let's say, and a lot of the stuff that gets made is from China.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say they like, hey, we're raising our rates to make shit. You got to pay this. While at the same time, our government is saying you got to pay these people that much more. So their cost of making shit is going up.
Okay.
The wages are going up,
Okay.
but they expect products to be the same.
Wait. The point against that point that you're making now would be the fact that why are they so that company owner has now raised all their products, like the product cost, right?
They have to.
But he still makes the same amount of money. He's still making the $400-500 million, right? A year.
Sure.
If he wasn't allowed to make that, and he was allowed to only make $100 million a year, which fuck me, that's a crazy fucking number. If you can make $100 million a year, I don't, honest to God, like there's nothing in this world you can't buy. Right?
So how long? So okay.
But now that money
they're
is
making
redistributed.
Sure, back
And
into the
you
company,
can-
right?
if
Okay,
you-
but let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. When does he get a raise?
Who?
The person that's running the company.
You making $100 million a year. Why do you need? Why do you need to raise that $100 million a year?
Because they're putting in work.
Okay,
Why don't they deserve a raise?
because I'm making $100 million a year.
So
What? So?
you're telling me every year you wouldn't feel like you deserve?
never fucking care. I would put in all the work in the world because goddamn, I'm already making $100 million a year. What do you mean? You're still making $100 million a year. That amount hasn't gone down. That amount has
So when does the raising of wages stop then?
the raising of wages stop?
Yeah.
No, I
Like how much
And
are
wait,
these people going to keep getting?
Wait. But like,
Okay, if they're
But I won't even say-
making a certain amount,
okay.
why give them raises?
Wait. Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's a valid question because you're saying they're making $100 million a year, they should be fine. You're saying to raise their living
How
wealth.
much?
No,
How much is
hold
the?
on, hold on,
Okay, go.
hold on. You're saying to raise their living ability so
Okay.
they can live.
Okay.
Okay, so the wage that you're saying that they're getting now from the government that's being forced to the companies
Okay.
should be more than enough. They
Okay.
don't need a raise because they're getting paid comfortably to live,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the point in giving them a raise then?
What is the?
They should be happy with what they have currently, right?
I'm gonna ask.
No.
I'm gonna ask a question. Wait, I'm gonna ask a question.
Answer the question first. They should be
I'm gonna
happy
ask the
with what
question
they're
to
getting.
answer the question. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. Because
No, I'm gonna ask you one question.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Do you know? And it's just to give you. It actually leads my answer. This is
Okay.
exactly what my answer is.
Go.
What's the raise rate right now per year for a worker?
I have no idea.
1%.
Because it's different for every company.
It's overall average is 1% in North America. It's 1%.
Okay.
Do you know what the inflation rate is per year? 5%.
Okay.
So if you aren't raising people's wages, first off,
Okay.
people are already not getting
okay,
raises.
Why is the inflation rate that high?
Because first off, I don't even know. It's a good question. Like I said, I'm not a fucking politics leader or anything.
Neither am I. But all I'm saying is, if your inflation rate is that high, why and you're going to give people raise, like you're going to increase their wage of living so they have a better life? It's got to be above inflation rate. Okay, that makes sense. So we can have people, but at the same time, then if we're giving them a better living wage,
okay,
they should be happy with that and not expect a raise from the company. They should be happy then with what they have. No, because that's what you're saying is they should be able to live with that living wage, buy a car to go live their life, and buy a home. That's what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So why should the company have to give them a raise then? If the government is already facilitating, hey, you're going to be paying them a living wage, give them that living wage. We demand it. It's going to happen. So then the company should not have to give that person a raise to have that better of a life, right? Because they're already having a well-living wage where they can drive a car, they can afford gas, they can afford food, they can go on vacation, they have a home.
Good point.
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
It makes no sense then. Like, what are you working towards at that point? At that point, then you can just go and live your life, find yourself the best partner you can. If you want to have a family, go have your family.
But wait.
Everything will be fine. That's utopia at that point.
This brings me back to my point before, is the fact that I don't think everyone, I don't think there shouldn't be a lower class. There will always be a lower class, because if you're working at McDonald's and you're 30, you really shouldn't have a home. I'm sorry, you just should. You should.
But you just said they deserve a living wage.
They deserve. No, wait. I said I didn't. I said let me rephrase my statement. The majority of people should have that option. And it shouldn't be all.
So then why shouldn't a 30-year-old working at McDonald's not have that option?
Because you're not necessary to the economy. You aren't necessary to the economy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the route you want to go then?
What do you mean?
Then what about those who don't contribute at all?
Oh, then no. If you don't contribute at all.
No. Because now you're going to get, when you're saying that, you're getting into a fucking extreme with other things.
What do you mean? Sorry.
People that can't even work, that we are supporting.
Okay.
They're not necessary to the economy, but we still support them.
Yes, we still support them.
Do you understand where you're going with this? Like, if you're going to state one thing like that, then we got to take it to another level. We got to see where we can cut costs to support this kind of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be looking at people that can't even take care of themselves.
Okay. So,
like if this is the case,
yeah,
then the ones that can't take care, we should not be paying for.
Yeah, I would say the global elites should.
Why doesn't the government do it?
The government would be doing it.
Because now you're saying the global elite should.
No, the global elite should.
Why shouldn't the government be taking care of these people?
Okay, in our current situation, the government should.
Do you see where this is going? Like, it'll become an extreme, dude. When you're saying things like this, when you say like a 30-year-old that was working at McDonald's doesn't deserve a living wage. Okay, but
no, I didn't say they should. Okay, wait.
You did say that.
I said okay.
You said they weren't contributing to society.
Yes, they should.
That's just like saying, that's basically saying they're not worth it. Get rid of them.
Well, the people.
That means people in comas, they're not contributing to society. They're just sucking up shit. Let's get rid of them.
But why get rid of them? I never said get rid of them.
They're not contributing to society. What's the point of having them?
Well, no. Their contribution to society. I said that hyperbolically. I said that hyperbolically. I did say that hyperbolically.
Am I wrong?
I'm offense there because this is a huge topic that I just don't want to get into.
This is hyperbolic. The statement I made was hyperbolic. They do like have a small contribution to society, but they're small.
Still contributing.
Sure,
they're still contributing.
But what I'm saying is, if you took that, let's say they took the money from the global elites, like I said, right?
Who's taking that money?
Government.
Okay.
Now, let's say they redistributed that wealth and it's not in the form of raises. I said raises, but I really mean this is like I meant universal basic income. You're increasing
your living wage income. Right?
Sure.
That's what you're doing. It's not a way. It's not you're not getting a raise from the company. The
Yeah.
government is forcing these companies to give them a living
Yes.
wage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
At which point, if it's a living wage, raises don't need to be had. They don't. If you've got a living wage, like I said, like you said, like they should be able to afford a car, afford a home.
Wait, if they're working hard, why wouldn't you give them a raise?
I'm so like lost with your statements right now.
What do you
It's not making
mean?
sense.
Why?
It's not making sense.
Why?
You're saying, okay, you said give them a living wage so they can live, to buy a car, to buy a home.
I said not everyone, yeah, but raise everyone equally.
Wait, well, you can't say not
Equitably.
everyone and then everyone. That makes no sense.
Everyone should be raised at an equal playing field. If you take $100 million and you give
So
everyone
then that
$5,
30-year-old working at McDonald's should also be getting that.
everyone.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Then why are you saying they don't contribute to society? Fuck them.
No, I never said that. That wasn't my point.
We're gonna go back in this
Yes,
podcast.
we
I'm gonna
will.
point out exactly where you
No,
said
you're
that.
misunderstanding my statement. My statement was the fact that they don't contribute enough. They shouldn't be the people who are like being able.
Okay.
Wait. Let me finish my statement. They shouldn't be the people who are able to buy a fucking Ferrari, but the person who is running a Fortune 500 company should be able to. Everyone should get raised equally. Okay, everyone should be bumped
Equally
up-
to what?
Equally to what? To the amount of money they have now gathered.
Who?
The government from the people who are making more than $100 million. If you make more than $100 million,
you're
the tax is $400 million. That's
So you're
$400
saying
million is now
the,
given
the
equally.
base worker should be raised to that level?
No, oh my God. I've stated this 14 fucking times. Okay, here, we are 3 people.
Okay.
Wait. There's a fourth person. There's a fourth person.
You are 2 people. I am not even in this.
We are 2 people. It doesn't fucking matter the amount of people. This dumbass.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying let's go lower
How did
class.
it get here?
This is the middle class. You're that high.
No. Okay, sure. Yes, exactly. Okay, now, how much money do you make? Let's say arbitrary, $50,000.
Sure.
Arbitrary. He'd
He'd be making like 80K a year.
let's say he's making 80K a year. Let's say I'm making 120.
Okay.
No, because
100
that's still considered middle class.
Sure. Okay.
You
let's say-
gotta be
let's say-
making
okay,
like 200,000 plus.
let's say I'm making 200,000. Let's say I'm making
Do
500,000.
you know for sure it's 120 is the middle?
Actually, it might be more.
How do you know that? And I'm literally just curious.
You can
You
Google
can
it. You can
Google
Google
it.
it.
Really?
It's actually
Yeah.
it's based off like there's certain metrics
Yeah.
of like people's income.
even 120 is like
really gotta read more.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
you gotta learn more about that kind of
So
stuff.
ignorant right now.
So I make $1 million. Okay.
Sure.
So $200,000 is the cap. Let's say. Now there's $800,000.
Okay.
Now, actually, this is too high of an amount for the amount of people.
No,
that
I
are
think
making.
a $1 million range is good.
Okay.
Basically, you could say,
But then-
you could basically, I'm making $10,000. He's making 7,000. I'm making 2,000, like 2,000.
A month.
Yeah. But my point would be kind of muted because then everyone gets capped out and the math doesn't work out because there's not enough people here. But if there were more people, so let's say I make $220,000 and the cap is $200,000. We have $20,000 that the government has now taken. This is arbitrary numbers and the math doesn't work out for the taxes and all that. But wait, hold on. Now you get $10,000 and you get $10,000. You are now making 60K. You are now making 90K. Everyone has been brought up equally.
Okay.
Okay. That is my point. It's not the point that
Okay.
So you're saying, I just want to understand this so
Yes.
I'm not ignorant. You're saying higher class, upper, call it that, whatever they make, big cap. Whatever is basically beyond that cap should be distributed between middle and lower.
yes,
This is
to
a-
a certain extent. I don't think this is my ideal world. I don't even know if this would work, but this is how I think of it.
And this is where I'm saying it doesn't work because it's not ideal. It's never gonna be a thing unless the entire world comes to a conclusion and be like, this is what we're making, this is what they're making, this is what you guys are making. All cost of the world is gonna be this. And the thing is when you're stating something like, okay, what variables are you taking into consideration here? Because if the cost of their stuff is being the same, like the products or whatever it is
Mhm.
that this company is running, okay, if it's all saying the same and I'm making that much, you're making that much, you're making that much,
Mhm.
and there's no overhead, Sure, it works. But then do they also get health insurance? Do they get better living expense? Like there's a
Why
lot
not?
of variables that come into play that will cost and vary, man.
Mhm.
Like you on a fixed rate, it would make sense. But people forget about the variable living costs that can happen, emergencies that can come up, things that go crazy, like the cost of certain shit, like because resources are finite, they're not infinite.
Mhm.
Eventually, when something starts to run out, they're gonna be raising the cost because it's gonna be that much harder to get nowadays. You can't really have an ideal living situation where people are getting the same shit and like people getting raises for that kind of stuff. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work out that way. And especially if you're already paying them a living wage, you don't need a raise because you're living fine. Unless inflation goes up, then you pay them more. Sure.
Well, your rate, if like even you wouldn't even hold on. You wouldn't even need raises at that point.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
wait.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait. No, because
open your fucking
he
ears.
isn't.
I am ignorant in this entire
He is-
conversation.
the raises would come from your the company making more money. Because now
No, they wouldn't be making more money because they're selling the same shit.
But no, you've worked. Let's say you're in sales. You worked harder this year. You made the company overall, and the companies are always looking for more money, right?
Okay, so
That
your
more
workers
money-
are getting the raises.
Okay.
Okay. But then the cost of the stuff that you're putting into is rising as well. You're buying more shit because you're selling more shit because people are now getting raises. You're only getting raises if you're selling or like making more shit. Realistically, let's be real here. Okay, because if you were just making cap every single time, no one's getting raises. Cost is going to be, but you're making money. So yeah, you're going to be getting raises, but that means you're also selling more shit. You got to be buying more stuff, sell more. Well, I'm using a selling thing as an example now. Somebody that sells shit, right?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
So you're giving them raises. The person at the top that's putting in this money, eventually they're not going to be making any profit out of that because all that money is going back into the company and they're giving raises. So at one point, does that person then start making their money?
They are making their money.
No.
$200 million.
No. You're wrong.
Why?
You're wrong about that.
Why?
Because they're putting money back into the company by giving them raises, by buying more product to make more money for the people to give them raises.
But wait. The people who are making the money, are the people who own the company. The company still can get that money. The company is still making that money and can take that money and put it back in. I'm not saying the company as a whole has to give up their profits. I'm saying the people at the top who own the company.
They are the company.
No.
They're the ones running the operation, bro.
Yes.
They're telling others what to do.
Yes.
And putting in the money to run that company.
Sure. But at one point, the money that you make should be capped out at 200 million.
No, it can't though. You can't.
Your personal income.
No, you cannot. That cannot be sustained because eventually it's going to catch up to you. The cost of providing for your company is going to catch up to that person. Then they'll be losing out on money.
Why would they be losing money if the money is tied to
If
their
you're
company?
the owner of that company and they're putting their money back into it that the company is making, what profit are they making? Where's the profit coming from? Wait. What profit are they making then?
Wait. The way you're stating this is that the company and the company owner are the same thing.
They are the same thing.
Wait. I'm talking about personal take home. So a company can make a certain amount of money. Aritzia can make a certain amount of money. That owner isn't taking all that money.
Let's say they made a profit of $100 million.
Sure.
Okay. Let's say they made a profit of $100 million.
Sure.
Their cost that first year, it was probably $50 million.
Sure.
Okay. Now they made $100 million. People want raises because they made money. Okay, sure. How much are we giving? Like, depending on whatever. That's gonna be quite a lot of money. Sure.
That is a lot of money.
Getting.
Sure.
And that also means the mid-tier people, are they getting raises too? Yes or no?
It's everyone up to that certain category.
Okay, so the mid-tier people are also getting raises.
Sure.
Okay. Now the company's also got to buy back into products that they just sold.
But they
No. Hold on.
Okay.
They're buying back into the products that they just sold. And not only are they recouping the products that they just sold, but now they're going to be buying more stuff so they can have another bigger year. Okay. No, we're getting there. Okay. This is where it's happening. Eventually, like, let's say that top person, they're going to stay at the same, they ain't getting a raise. They're not going to get a raise. So as we keep growing, they keep making more profit.
Mhm.
They keep wanting raises. Okay.
Yep.
Eventually, At what point does that raise cap out at?
Can I stop you at raises? Can I say that they wouldn't be directly getting raises from?
Why wouldn't they?
They don't get it directly from the company. It would be taken off the personal take home of, let's say the company's overall costs are $1 million. They pay it off. Next year it's 1.2. They've made the raise. They can pay that off, right? So that's all money going into the company, coming from the profits of the company.
Sure.
The person who is at the top of the company doesn't get to take that $2 million home. That person at the top of the company might only be able, I'm giving arbitrary numbers. We're not saying 200 million anymore, but that person is only able to take the $200,000 home. Now that's the cap that I'm arbitrarily stating. So now that profit is now put back in. So that profit is now taken off via taxes.
What's the lower income? What's the middle income class cap? Where do we stop at?
The cap is the upper cap. There is no
so
cap.
Eventually they're going to get to that point, is what you're stating? If
you're running a company and you have 10 employees.
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Sure.
Okay. If your top person is capped out,
okay.
At what point do you cap out the lower class and the middle class? You can't just keep giving them raises forever.
No.
And you're saying until they reach that point, what point?
No. My point is, if you make a fuck ton of profits in your company, those profits,
we've already gone over that.
Get redistributed.
What I'm asking you is they're going to keep the lower class and middle class are going to keep getting raises. At what point does it stop?
Well,
seriously, at what point does it stop?
Well, you can hold on.
At what point does it stop where they're making enough money to live comfortably? Because
I get where you're getting
at. The government has already done that.
Yeah, they've
already forced the company to be like, give them a comfortable living wage. Okay, and on top of that, you want the company to give them raises. So at what point does it cap out?
I get where you're coming at. Now you're getting at the point. Your point is.
I've been saying this from the get go.
Yeah. Your point is that everyone will cap out at the same amount, and why should the Fortune 500 company make the same as the person at the bottom?
Well, where does it stop, dude?
But what I'm saying is, if you then hired, let's say that 10-person company grew, that amount that you made, that big profit, is redistributed. So why wouldn't you just to the people? To your workers. Now you've increased the amount of people you have working. So now that amount gets smaller, sure, but you work harder than now.
Who's working harder?
The people who are like anybody under the cap.
Where's the cap?
The upper cap.
So once they get that point, that's the cap.
That's cap.
So regular workers, lower class workers, middle class workers, reaching that top cap that the top person is making. That's where it stops.
Wait, hold on. They're not. No. I'm explaining exactly. I'm gonna explain why that wouldn't happen, because now you're gonna grow your company. So all those profits for the next year are gonna get smaller among everyone.
You're not answering my question.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Nobody reaches the cap, because eventually, so you take that lump sum and you've redistributed it, right? You've redistributed it between 10 people. Now there's 20 people. That amount between those 10 people has now grown to 20 people. So it's gotten smaller per person.
So you're saying the workforce size is growing.
Your workforce size is growing.
But they're still wanting the living wage plus a raise.
Well, no. I'm saying that everyone is redistributed with whatever profits the company's making.
It doesn't make sense.
Why?
It doesn't make sense.
Why?
You're growing your company.
Okay.
The government's forcing you to give them a living wage. You're giving them raises. And then more people are coming on because you're growing your company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much more money are we giving these people?
It's an equal amount at
What's the equal amount and where does it stop?
The equal amount fluctuates.
At some point.
Depending on profits. Okay. And depending on amount of people.
Okay. Let's say that company doesn't make profit.
Okay.
Then what happens?
Then
let's say
this motherfucker.
Let's say the object was to make, like, they were supposed to hit $100 million. They only did 50 million. Are they getting raises?
No.
Are they growing their company?
No. Why would you grow your company if you have?
But I worked so hard.
Yeah, and the company lost money.
But I worked so hard. I deserve a raise.
I never said that. I said all the profits
but not every company is going to be profitable.
Exactly. So there's a chance that you won't get that equitability. No, I've seen a flaw in what I'm saying. You brought up good points.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Because at some point, with the amount that they're growing, I'm putting in the amount of work too. Why don't I deserve a raise? If I'm top dog, I'm putting a crazy amount of work in too. I got to do ordering. I got to do all this shit. I got to run the overall, make sure and you have shareholders to appease. You're not a private company at this point if you're growing. Private companies, yeah, thank you. Private companies don't grow like that. For them to grow even bigger, they got to go public. So now you have shareholders that you got to appease.
I think I've reached the limit at where I can argue this point. And
you just admitted you saw the flaw. You've seen where the flaw is.
I've seen where the flaw is in my theory, right? This is not the theory of other people.
No, but the thing is, a lot of people argue what you argue, but they still don't see that.
Okay, but wait.
They think they can make it work. I would personally love to have that work. Honestly, that would be dope, but it's not real.
Okay.
It's never going to be real unless the entire world, every single individual needs to agree on that. Which also means when you said that a person not contributing to society, what do we do with those people? Are they just leeching off what everybody else is doing then?
Well,
because that's the other variable you have to take into consideration. If the government is forcing companies to give them living wages, those wages are coming out of the company. They still got to pay. People got to still pay taxes. How is it fair for people that aren't doing anything to get something, where people are working towards something to get something? How is that fair?
Yeah,
because now there are people. Now this is a bit extreme, but it is happening. There are people that are amputating themselves to become disabled, and it's being recognized as a legit disability.
That doesn't.
Oh, it does.
That doesn't
Look it up.
Happens.
100%.
That happens,
and they're starting to recognize it as a real thing.
I'm gonna search it up because this sounds crazy.
Look up.
And I just want to search it up.
Look up transabled.
Where did you hear this or see it?
Look up transabled. And they feel like they shouldn't have an arm. They shouldn't be able to see.
No shot at that.
I don't know. It's on. I'm not gonna argue this point because that's getting into a whole other thing.
But the thing is, this is now being taken into consideration because they're going to be able to claim disability, and we're going to have to pay for that.
I'm at the end of my talking points because I can't go any further with it.
Plus, we're getting 2 hours into this.
Are we?
Yeah.
How far are we?
You guys probably went at this for like an hour.
1 hour.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
God damn. Shit for an hour.
He didn't say shit for. Andre hasn't said shit for an hour. Okay.
I have like blips and bleeps, but I haven't actually like had a.
Wait. Okay.
This is now 3 weeks in a row where he hasn't said shit for like an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
You gotta stop doing
Wait.
You think?
Okay. So we're gonna shut up now. Andre, I need you to go off.
On what?
Anything.
Yo, F1, Ford and Red Bull.
I'm still just kind of like, that was a lot to take in. That was like an hour of you guys just like literally.
I didn't realize it was an hour. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys were like,
I'm like,
this happened because of Mr.Beast curing blindness.
Yeah,
and we got to like a company making $1 million.
Yeah. It got way too fucking deep. We bored the shit out of every single
We're
person.
gonna lose people.
Honestly, this is a boring ass episode. Yeah. Nobody listened to this.
I don't even know what to title this.
Fuck me. I don't know.
We're dumb. That's the title.
You guys went
hard. Please don't leave.
Yeah.
That's the title of this episode.
Yeah. Please don't leave.
We're sorry. Don't leave.
You know what? Just skip this episode. Wait for the next.
True. That's the title. Skip this one. Skip this one. That's the title of this one. Skip this one. No, we're too
time. He doesn't even talk, so skip this episode.
Yeah.
Holy man. I was sitting here like, wow. There was one comment you made that I was like, you did not just say that. It's one where I think I looked at you where he was like, you talked about the McDonald's guy at 30 and what was it?
I said they don't contribute.
I was like, yo, that's a statement.
Yeah, and it is because like I don't agree with because they're still paying their taxes.
Yeah.
And they're still doing shit.
Yeah.
Then there are people out there that don't do shit. Then they're leeching.
Sure. Yeah.
No. I'm not saying.
My point.
And I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Like, let me be clear, because I'm probably gonna get fucking flack for this. there are some people that can't control what they're doing. Like they can't do anything and they can't control that.
Yeah.
But then there are people that can control it and decide they don't do shit.
100%.
And they leeching.
Yeah.
And people out there know who they are.
Sure,
they know that they are. And they're doing it because they can. And
the reason why I didn't really talk much because I'm just ignorant in this whole thing.
Oh,
it's
that's
not
fair.
because like I just don't want to pick a side. I just legitimately like haven't sat down and talked about this, so I was just ignorant, and I just didn't want to come in and be like, oh yeah, XYZ, and both of you guys are like, what the fuck you talking about?
You stupid ass bitch.
Yeah, right. So that's why I was legit
Stupid. No, actually, all stupid. Both of us were just as stupid.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're like our points,
100%.
our points politically.
yeah.
They're both.
I actually, in the sense, just sat here and I was like, okay, like that's what he thinks. I actually learned. I'm like, that's what
I
he
don't think
thinks.
you learned. You shouldn't have learned. You should have unlearned.
If you learn from the worst.
You
people.
learned from the two learned people.
I learned that you guys both have ideas and you are passionate about them.
I honestly could be. I'm not actually.
No, like
I'm not dead set in my opinion.
I'd be down with this idea if it could work, because that'd be sick as shit. If everybody can just live happily and like not worry about anything,
That's the goal.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
But the thing is, in
I
this,
feel like he was saying that's his ideal thing, and you were saying that won't happen. And
no,
then,
but
and
I'd
then,
be down for his ideal thing if it could
yeah,
work.
yeah, you guys both want the same thing, but you are like, well, that just can't work. And he's like, well, why? And you're like XYZ, and he's like XYZ, and then it just went fucking off the cliff.
Yeah. No, we went off.
But at the end of the day, you both on the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
I think we both. No.
That'd be great to have the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's just,
for sure.
It's just in the society that we live in, there's always going to be one person that wants more than the other.
Yeah.
No matter what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
And all these do groups that be like, I'm doing it for this person or I'm doing it for these people, they're really not, because they're just expanding their own ideologies for themselves.
And this could go back to the whole start of it being like the Mr.Beast thing, right? Say if you do like the government's like, let's cure these group. There's the one person that's going to be like, well, what about these people?
Yeah.
Well, I want more then.
Yeah.
Right.
And my points aren't.
That's my 2 cents.
My points aren't like full dead set. I'm not a fucking political major, nor do I give
sounded
two
like
shits. No, nor do I give
Both of you have sounded very
He just regurgitated what this Han dude, whatever his name is, said.
No. I wasn't even regurgitating his points. If you heard his talking points, he makes much more sense than I do.
I can tell.
Sorry, I'm beating Sheldon's cat. Not actually, but just moving him away. He's being an asshole. Okay, we should probably wrap this up anyways. This has been a long podcast.
I'm just sad because Andre got to talk.
I know he didn't.
This
didn't.
Is now like 3 weeks in a row where he hasn't really said shit, and I feel so bad.
It's true.
He's just been chilling with us,
It's
and
true.
we don't even have video, so like he's not even in it. You're
true.
like, where's that other guy?
Yeah, where's the other guy?
Like, where's the other guy?
I'm
here. You're like, shit.
Okay, well, we should wrap this up. Andre, you want to do the outro since you didn't even talk?
I mean, was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Didn't you want to talk about spy balloons?
Yeah, fuck it.
We're way
That's
too
gonna
deep.
be a whole other thing.
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah.
want to spend an hour talking about that.
I feel like there's nothing we could talk about.
Okay, if I'm gonna say like there's spy balloons in America and fucking Canada and China sending that shit, and people are like, what are we doing? It doesn't mean it.
All right, Mr.
It means
Homeless
too
Man,
many.
hit my can.
Too much.
Nobody saw it. You're crazy.
There's recordings of everywhere. People have recordings of the shit. Millions of people have seen this shit
What?
of all these balloons.
Look,
Okay,
he said
crazy,
with the
man.
can.
What
No.
can?
The homeless can. I'm just making a joke
Oh.
that you were actually just losing your fucking mind because there was a random homeless guy who came and knocked the can.
Oh yeah,
nobody
fuck
saw
that dude too.
Nobody
He knocked
saw
my
it.
can of soda.
That
out.
makes it bad.
End the fucking pod.
Anyways, if you're still here, thank you.
Yeah, just skip this fucking
Skip
If you're
episode.
still
one.
here, thank you. We will be back next week. I will be.
And hopefully we have video.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're gonna get into political like hot topics, like everybody's got to contribute. It just can't be me and you going back and forth because this motherfucker's sitting over here
It's true.
like some dumbass.
It's true.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
just
know what
fucking.
they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about.
I know.
Anyway, thank you guys. Much love. Take care.
But